connect to rectangles, just like music sounds connect them rambles. Hell nah, no man can run away. But I'm still battling, moving fast while you just prattling. No time for me, no tangling. Hit you in the spot with no angling. A lot of anger in it. Flash rhymes coated with spangles. Add some sounds in the times wangles. Three dots connect to rectangles, just like music sounds connect them rambles. Hell nah, no man can run away.
All right, let me get things up and running here. I know I'm a little late, a little behind today. Oh geez. Didn't turn on my fan. I'm really gonna regret that here real soon. Alright, doesn't sound like it's buzzing either, so I think we're all good. Oh boy. Oh, you know what? I didn't. Shoo. Shoo. I ain't even there. I ain't even. I'm not even there. Should be good. Just do the old scuff start, you know, it's fine. It's a fine. You know, I wonder if this thing is even still connected. It probably is, but whatever, it's fine. Let's just just show off VTube Studio, yeah? Okay. Get that rolled down there. Alright. Oh, man. Hope everybody is doing alright on Monday. I know that Monday is a not so amazing day for everybody, but hopefully everybody is having a good day at least. Oh, man. I just, oof. Hold on, I'm gonna put my arms a little bit. I gotta feel the energy. I gotta get moved. We gotta do this. Hey-ya! Okay, yeah, we're going. All right, good. So yeah, hope everybody's doing good today. I don't know why I'm in such a slump today, but it's also part of why I wanted to make sure I got up and streamed. So you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. I hope that you are having a good day in general. We're going to go ahead and we will move into here in just a little bit. I don't know if I'll make it sound like I'm doing it right this second. We're going to move into the ranking for Gen 7 Pokemon here in like just a moment. Gen 7 will be a little less than Gen 3 was and a little more than Gen 6 was. So we'll have some ones to go through here. Funny enough, I look at the list that's here, and like there's definitely some mons that I use. I'm like, oh, this was actually useful. I liked this. And then there's mons I look at and I go, I didn't even run across you, or I looked at you and was like, nah, I don't need that in my life. So I don't know how this list is gonna go per se. Like I feel like this one might be very cut and dry, kind of how 6 was. I'm not like looking at this overview and like really getting the vibes that I'm gonna be like, oh, super torn of how I want things. But you know, I felt that way kind of about 3 until I started getting into it, and then I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is a little rougher than I thought. And it definitely was like the matter of me getting into the later portions of it and started being like, ooh, I would just put you in this ranking, but also I kind of feel like I have to put you appropriately, like versus other Pokemon in said ranking, and then you start feeling bad or good about your other decisions, and you're like, maybe you aren't quite so high on my list. Maybe I don't like you that much. Yeah, we'll get to that here in just a second. I don't want to get too much into talking about other stuff because there's a few things I would prefer to talk about a little bit later once some more people have decided to roll in today. I've made some posts on Discord, but you know, we're still growing that. I know I don't do a whole lot with it or anything else, so I don't expect anybody to like do anything crazy, but hey, it's low maintenance, just how I like it. Good lord, I just realized they have the Alolan Exeggutor like pixel art where its head isn't actually in the image. Yeah. Yeah, they decided to do that. That's funny. I appreciate them for that. You know, I probably should have planned something for after this. Because this is, like, the first one took me around 2 hours, and if that's all this one's going to take me, then I'm going to be sitting somewhere, for sure. But maybe we'll roll into this quicker, rather than me sitting here, and buffing and guffing around too much. I think that's okay. This song might be too much. I think it. No, it rolls. It winds down a little bit. You just gotta let it scream for a little bit in the beginning. There you go. Now we're freaking grooving. We're good. I would have been upset if I changed this after I remembered what it was. Stupid. I'm so stupid. All right. Where are we at here? I think we're just using this one here. Yeah. All right. We'll get right into this one. Again, I don't want to push this one too long because obviously whenever I'm talking quickly and voicing a lot of this stuff, then my time becomes limited for my voice. I'm heavily appreciative that my voice is a lot stronger and a lot better than what it used to be. It definitely killed my ability to do anything or try to stream or anything else. Like being able to like talk in general was a fragging struggle, and I hated it. But I think streaming has allowed me enough chance to just like talk in general and do things that it's kind of helping me strengthen things up a little bit more in the vocal cord area. So I am thankful for that. I do feel it some days. Like yesterday was rough. After going for like, I don't know. I don't remember how long it was. It was like probably around like 4-ish hours or something, give or take. I don't quite remember. That was like I felt that. Like that I definitely felt. I'd say there's probably like a little bit of residual today from that, but not like too bad. I wouldn't say it was like way too bad, but like I definitely like you feel that like slight tightness in the throat or whatever. And I'm trying to like work my throat past that, so it's not, because like if I pay enough attention to it, I can keep it kind of out of the way, out of mind. It's not really a big issue, that sort of thing. But whenever I'm just kind of like passively talking, then that's when it starts to get a little bit tighter, a little bit worse. But all is good. But yeah, let's go ahead and start the list here. Can I? No, that's I can't see anything past that. Yep, still got to be like this. I still haven't decided on like I definitely like didn't plan a whole lot. Yesterday I thought about a few things, kind of gave some thoughts to stuff, but I didn't really go too far with it. I've still got some time, but I definitely need to like plan up some more things here. But yeah, so let's start getting these kids up here. Boy howdy, these are gonna be. I already kind of like see where this is gonna go for some of these. I think Rella is a proper good boy. Cute little round guy. I think that always like puts you up top pretty well. Second form, not a huge fan of. I don't know. Like I guess it's like a fine design, but it doesn't do much for me. Decidueye, while the Pokemon itself like leans towards not being super great, I like the design. I do think it's very interesting. I do hate that it's not any better than what it is, but that's just the way it goes, you know. Now, I would say cat, not bad. Second cat, adolescence issue, you know, that's fine. You can go there. Big cat, oh man, like Big Cat is not what I wanted, but I can't say that it's bad, but I can't say that I like it. So it's not, I'm not going to plummet the cat, but I'm not hoisting the cat anywhere. Ooh, man, this starter situation is real weird. So I don't like this. It just doesn't hit anywhere for me. This I really don't like. I hated this. This is like same level as Chicken 2 Mid Chicken. Like this has that same vibe for me. Just like I'm just not happy with what the heck happened here. However, Primarina I think is very good. They did a good job with Primarina. They made it less clowny in the nose, like like the proportions were changed out a bit. It really fleshed it out. I think they did good here. I do think it's probably less than what I feel about these two. I think they did a good job, but it's not like my absolute favorite. Uh, man, how am I supposed to feel about this line? They turned a little woodpecker into a toucan, and the toucan is just a toucan. So Picky Peck, he's kind of cute, yeah. Not anything crazy though. Uh, this is just a bird. This does nothing for me. Toucan Sam. I'm gonna put this at like the top of D. It is just a toucan. Like I know the beak does a thing, but like I don't know. Like I don't see the like imagination in this. I don't see like I feel like they just did it because they needed to or whatever, and that was it. That was so this would just be how it is. Like at least this looks better than what the mid boy does. Like I guess mid boy at least looks a little more Pokemon-ish, but I don't know. I don't like anything here. Young Goose. This is actually he's a cute little guy. I don't think he's anything crazy, but he's a cute little guy. Gumshoes, I don't like him. He's gonna go to like I get the style that they went for and stuff like that. I don't like it though. Grubbin. So I think Grubbin is a cute little guy. You're at least a B for me. At least for me, like you're a B. Loaf Bug? Oh man. This boy is just a loaf. He's just a loaf of bug. He's pretty darn good for me. I am so obsessed with him just looking like a loaf. It's so funny. Probably here though. I think these designs are just good. This is kind of like a meme funny situation. Vikavolt though, that's an A tier for me. I don't know that it goes above A tier, but that's an A tier for me. I like the way they did Vikavolt. They made that boy look really, really good. Really, really did a good job with that one. Very sleek, very nice sharp edge lines. This boy looks like a unit. You would not want this guy flying at you. He's got a railgun mouth as far as I'm concerned, so we're good on that. Crabominable, it's fine. I see where they went with it. Or no, this is Crab Brawler. I see where they went with it. It's not my favorite, but it's the design's there. I wouldn't D tier it or anything like that. This guy I might though. I don't like it. I guess I kind of see where they would, but I don't like the way it looks. I'm gonna put you there because I really don't like you, but I have to give you a little more props than non-imaginative bird mid form. Like, yeah, I just don't like. The Oricorios. These are. Looking at them now, I still don't know how I feel about some of them. Because they're very animated. They are Pokemon. I think they hit the marker for that at least, but let's say this one lands probably about here for me. This one I don't really care about. This one I think they did a good job with. And I think they did a good job with this one. I think these two look very nice. I feel like they gave them the characteristics. I feel like the design feels very fleshed out and good. These other two, I don't know. This one may literally just be the pose, to be honest. The pose for this one, just like, I feel like I've lost all image of what the bird even looks like. You just look like the hat and hula skirt, and then I don't know. I just kind of lose it. And then just not a huge fan of how this one looks in general, so we'll leave it at that. Cutie Fly. Man. Cutie Fly doesn't have much. Like it is a little tiny bug. Like it's not like cute little tiny bug. It's like there's nothing going on here kind of bug. But it looks like a Pokemon. So I have to at least give it this far. It would be close to D tier if it looked like nothing. But we'll at least put it here because they at least hit that marker for it. Ribombee was very helpful to us. Ribombee is a lot better of a Pokemon than I had any idea that I'd give it credit for. And for that, it's at least getting up to B tier for me. I think otherwise it would probably be a C tier because this is a Pokemon. They did the marker. I get it. We're good. Sweet. Awesome. Amazing. Rockruff. This is a cute little guy. Rockruff, they did a good job with Rockruff. Very cute little guy. Lycanroc. I feel like regular Lycanroc is pretty basic, but I think it's fine. Edgy Lycanroc sits a little bit higher. I would say Edgy Lycanroc is probably about here. They did a good job with the design. I don't like this one as much. And with this being an alternate form of what I would consider the base here, why did this one get bipedal, cool, edgy, so on and so forth, and this one was like recolor it and push the hair a little bit forward, and that was it. Like it just feels like a lazy design to it. Like this would have just been like maybe like a shiny in my mind, not so much like another form of the same Pokemon, you know. Just didn't strike me as that way. So that one's gonna get a little bit low rating because I feel like it's a little lazy on that, and I would prefer this style over this one anyways. Dewey Shiwaushi. The little guy I don't care too much about. I'll put him as a high C tier. Like I think this is a high C tier because this is like it's fine and it is like it does have that like it's a Pokemon vibe, but I'm not like super sold on it. However, Biggie Wishy Wowshy, I think this is a really neat design. I really like how they pulled all these guys together and made it one Pokemon. Very, very neat way to do the design. Make it one big fish. Very, very interesting way to do that. The next line. So, maybe not conventionally cute, but I like Marini. Just a cute little weirdo. And it probably, you know, I like Toxapex a lot, honestly. Like Toxapex, I don't even know what it is about it specifically. Just like the design, like the first time I saw it, I was like, ooh, I like that Pokemon. I want that Pokemon. Just that big defensive shell. I don't know what it is about it, but it just drew me in like crazy. In this form, like Mudbray was not itself, I don't think was super useful to us at the time. I can't quite remember. Like it doesn't really stand out to me, and the design is super basic. Like this is just it is a mule. Good job. Like you made a mule. Like this probably lands like with Cutie Fly. I will probably boost it to about here just because it was useful. And if we're talking useful, the Haru definitely had its use case. For sure had its use case. I think for use case you'll get at least a little bit higher in B. I won't put you too high though because I'm not a huge fan of the design. It is just horse for the most part. Like I feel like they did an okay job with it and giving it a decent enough design. Not quite my taste. So I wouldn't put it too high, but for the sake of just being useful This Pokemon did do a lot of work for us, starting fairly early in the run. So I have to at least give it a little bit of props there. Like very strong Pokemon, very tanky, and still able to push out damage. Like very very good. Like this is one of those Pokemon that I'm like, oh, this is an immense physical defense type Pokemon. But you still can't even count out its like special defense either, and then you still can't even be like, oh, well, then it's weak then, right? No, it's actually pretty well rounded, to be honest. They did a good job with that. Ooh, this little guy. Look at this little guy. High B. I think high B. Like these designs are good. I like these designs. Just the big dew spider, and like look at this little idiot with his little bubble on his head. Like, oh, it's just is just a little idiot, and that's all there is to it. Oh, he's just a little guy. I love him so much. I hate that we didn't like get to use him, but honestly, I don't know if I would have had a great spot to use them through the run. Like there was honestly not a lot of times that I was like, oh, I need water type. Like for some reason, water just like didn't work out very well. This may have been because it was part fairy, but it just still like other water types. I think the only time I considered water type heavily was whenever we first hit the rock area and whenever we were taking on the water one as well, because I just needed defense against water type, which I just didn't have a lot of outside of that, really. Ooh, these I'm going to like. All right, so this one's probably going to, the little form I don't like quite as much. Cute. The headdress, like headpiece thing going on is not exactly like top tier or whatever for me, but like the rest of it, cute design. I think Lurantis is like Lurantis is possibly S tier for me. I don't know what it is about this Pokemon. Like it's probably because it is like a praying mantis type situation, you know? What's the exact name for this? There's like a name for the like a lotus praying mantis like coloration. What is this? The orchid mantis? I'm pretty sure that's what this is based on. And oh, the orchid mantis is such a like pretty beautiful, amazing praying mantis. Like, oh my gosh. So they did such a good job translating that into this Pokemon. And they didn't just make it look like a praying mantis. They didn't just make it something weird. Like they did a really good job translating this into just like its own thing. Very good. Love the design, love the color choices. Very solid for me. Also, it did do some work for us. Like actually did some work for us. Well before we had Leafeon and everything else to do grass things. Like actually saved us a little bit of work here. So they can sit up here. I have no problems with that. I think they're a beautiful design. A mushroom. You're. I don't know. They barely turned this into a Pokemon. Like they very very barely just kind of sort of turned this into a Pokemon. Like it's a couple mushrooms and they put some eyeballs on like the base bulb of it. Like it's not really doing anything, if I'm being honest. Now the evolution, this one at least looks like a Pokemon, right? Like I can at least look at this one and be like, this is a Pokemon. I think it's at least a little more creative than Cutie Fly, but you're gonna have to go down one. I hate to say it. But and anything too crazy going on here. I don't think it's like, you know, I don't think it's up here or anything like that for C tier, but like it's a guy. It's at least better than what it was whenever it was a little tiny little one. But, you know. Ooh. So we'll Salandit. This isn't Salandit. This is Oh, wait, no, is it slanted? Am I crazy? Am I losing my freaking marbles? No, it is slanted. I was trying to think if I was getting it confused with um like the crocodile line, but I think I'm apparently fine. Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking. I apparently I do know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about me not knowing, I don't know. This is getting confusing. I'm gonna shut up about that now. So I think this guy is a good little design. Good, little, I would say like Robin level. Like, oh yeah, kind of cute little guy. The details are so. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it's so tiny and slender. A lot of the details are just lost in it, unfortunately. Like you can tell it's got the little like almost like Scarfish looking bits off the back, that red trail down the back, that sly smirk and like the thin eyes on it. But the way that they make it stand and look and everything else most of the time, it gets lost. You just see this like, oh, there's like a black tube with a purple eye and a little bit of the red there. Like you just don't catch a lot of it, so it kind of takes away from it. So I don't know. Like it's not a bad design. It's not anything crazy. Don't don't judge me on this. Okay. So Lazzle, I really like the colorations they did with this. I like that it is just a lizard for this. Like it's just a lizard for the most part, but they gave it this like how do I say it? It's almost like dinosaur-esque qualities to it. Kept the long face and stuff like that from here so that it stayed characteristic of the line. So like they did a good job with this design. I think this is a Pokemon that like I always like I look at and I go, this is a good design. They did a good job with how it is like perched on two legs, but still has the like real long arm situation. Like it's not like they like, oh, it's just straight humanoid standing, but it still has like those like lizard type qualities to it and such. I think they did a good design with it. Oh boy. You're going down here. Terrifying. Your little form, I can give the little form a little bit of room. I think the little guy, like this guy could have grown up to have been such a cute, like stuffed bear situation. Like it really could have. I think you could probably go around here, maybe here. Yeah, maybe there. Yeah, I think there. Nah, maybe a little bit further down. Yeah. I think this like yeah, this is fine. I think I have it's almost like looking at something that gives you PTSD. I look at this and all I see is beware. And I don't want to see beware whenever I look at this, but I do and I can't help it. The coloration, I know you're going C tier. Sorry, like the coloration is also not my favorite. Like this could have been something it didn't, and then just like I don't know, just no, I don't like it. Um, this is a weirdly like Gardevoir looking line, like it really is. Now Bounsweet, the little one, you're probably like about the same as Cutie Fly. I would say that like this is one of those situations where they took a food and they gave it eyeballs and they're like, this is a Pokemon. But I I can at least look at this one and go, yeah, this is one of those Pokemon. It is a Pokemon. We're good. Leave it at that. The next step up, I like this one better than I do like Curlia and the Gardevoir line. I think this one is actually kind of cute. They did a good job of giving it like a childish whimsy. It's got like a little bit of like the skirted piece here, but not anything crazy. Like it's not like so much that I'm like, oh, she's a tutu twirly dancer, like ballerina. Like it just looks kind of girly and then sweet. Done. Left it at that. The two pigtails on the side, great design choice for that. Very, very smart for that. Hey Zio, how you doing? I saw you make some pretty good progress on Valkyria today. I really hope you're still like liking that game. Like I have to lurk while I'm at work, of course, but like I really hope you're enjoying that game because I think that series is just so different. I wish games like that had more I don't know, just like other like game studios doing something in that style, you know. Hoping Serena will be S. Hey Luke. How you doing? Now here's the thing. I do like Serena. I think Serena is let me put her right here for just a second. I think Serena has a very huge Gardevoir vibe to her. I think Serena is also very strong because I was like, oh, Serena's got, I don't know, something like similar to what am I thinking here? Why did my sub goal pop up? Calm down, Twitch. I don't need you doing that. Has a vibe. She's very strong. I was looking at like the stats between her and Lurantis, and hers is just more like well-rounded for that. Main and Unite, so you're biased. I mean, hey, she might be good, you know? Might be good. I don't know Unite very well. I want to play Unite a little more at some point, and I probably will. I'm just not like at that spot right now. Also, if I'm gonna do that, I would have to like think about, oh, am I gonna stream that? And if I'm gonna stream that, I need my capture card, which I need my capture card at some point anyways. I might need to look at that soon because I want to possibly look at doing the ZA. So if I'm going to do that, then I'm really going to need to, like, you know, I'm going to have to actually get that up and set up and ready to go. Your favorite league type game? MOBA? Yeah, it's definitely a MOBA. Like I think there is something nice about that game that it doesn't feel hyper sweaty. Now, it may just be because the type of community and stuff that is being pulled into it or kept in that and so on and so forth is different. And the people who want to be sweat lords are probably already stuck inside of League or in Valorant or in like Dota or something like that, playing one of those games, being really sweaty about it. So they're not like looking at Unite and going, that's another playing ground for me to dominate. They're like, this, nobody's taking this serious enough for me. I don't care. And they leave. Is what I feel like. I could be wrong, but that's my feeling. God, this is a good song. Like, honestly, the vibe of Serena is so close to Lurantis. I can't put her above Lurantis, but I do think this is another just like good design. They did a good job with it. They really evolved the Pokemon through the stages. I think they did a great job with this. And if I'm gonna have Gardevoir this high up, like if I'd actually gotten Serena, that line, I probably would have used them a lot more throughout the run. But I didn't end up getting them, so I ended up having to like make do with other grass type Pokemon where Serena would have probably just worked anyways. Oh no, has the music not been on this whole time? Shoot. I had it turned off because I was using the game music for the Elite Four. Gods, I hope it wasn't like this all of yesterday and just quiet. Oh, gods, please tell me you all didn't let me do that. No. Where is this? It's not these. It should be that. There we go. Gosh. All right. Well, that makes me real sad. That makes me real sad. Don't worry, I had you muted and was lip reading. Yeah, lip reading. Yeah. No, it's fine, Luke. It's completely fine. I hate that I didn't notice that. I had it defaulted as being on for a while, But for the Elite Four, I was like, this probably like deserves to have like the in-game music for it. So I turned it off, switched it, and rather than me just not playing the music, I turned off the source, which I probably shouldn't have done. I just try to be neat and tidy with how many sources I have showing, but nah, that was my bad on that, 100%. Are we including forms? So we're gonna get the like, there's like regionals, they're down here. So like regional forms are down here. The ones that I picked up don't seem to have things like megas and stuff whenever I was doing them yesterday and such. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Kind of a mixed bag. We still got a decent amount to go through, but not too much. Yeah. I just had to make sure. I figured that's what you were talking about, but I just had to make sure because forms becomes such a broad category in Pokemon after, I don't know, like Gen 3 really. Like, I think after Gen 3, everything's just like, okay, what's a regional form? What's a Mega form? An Ultra Max, Gigantamax form? What's like it gets crazy, so understandable. The lay Pokemon, it's I don't care for it. I don't know. I don't look at this and go, oh, I really liked it. I don't care for it. It's just a lay. I guess I get why they made it for Alola, but it doesn't do anything for me. I think it's more of a Pokemon than like than Toucan Sam is, but it's not. Yeah, you're gonna have to go there. I just don't care about this design at all. Like, it just really doesn't hit for me at all. Ash form. Yeah, Ash form. Ooh, these are gonna be rough because these are like it's a monkey with cape. But I think this is definitely still more of a Pokemon than Toucan Sam is. I think I at least like it better than those up to about here. And I probably feel about the same as Passimian, but I think Passimian is just like one notch higher. Like, these are definitely just like, this is an animal with clothes on, and not what I would be like, oh, that's a Pokemon. I'm like, oh, it's like a cartoony rendition of an orangutan in white. Yeah, like, that's about it. Flamingo would be an F for me when we get there because it's just a flamingo. It's not going to be great. I don't know if I'm going to put an F. Like, I reserve F for stuff like B, where I'm just like, I don't like you. You make me upset. Like, that's where that's at for me. Flamingo is going to be like here-ish, where it's like, you're just a guy. You're just a guy. You're just a guy. You're not even a Pokemon. Like, I need to push these down. Yeah, these need to be down here. I don't like them. These always just like, I do not want to use these Pokemon. Like, they would have to be real useful before I would use these Pokemon. Like, this one, I'm like, God, I can't wait till you're Primarina. Please just become Primarina. Please become a much better version of yourself. Ooh, it's this time. Okay. This little guy, right here. Wimpod's just a little guy. I love little Wimpod. He's very cute. More importantly, Golisopod. I love this man. Ever since I saw this man, c'est magnifique. I love the way he looks. He's beautiful. Like, he is so good. Like, he's got this like almost like Gundam-y, like samurai armor situation going on. Great, just like a bug look to him. His usefulness in the game is actually quite good if you use him properly. I love Golisopod. Like, I ran to Golisopod after he was already, because like I think I saw him in Gen 8 for the first time and was like, who is this man? Why have they been hiding him from me? Give me Golisopod. I used this Pokemon even whenever he wasn't good in my party and in like casual playthrough, because I was just like, I don't care. He will be in my party. I don't care. Very good bug type. Very good bug type. Sandygas, you're gonna land in like you're kinda cute, but I'm not like oh, I think you're super cute situation. So you're gonna land like right here, not a little below Grubbin. I like Grubbin better than you. You're just kind of guy. I actually like Palisand. I don't know why. Please don't ask me why I like Palisand, because I don't know. But I like this guy. His typing, solid. This man's usefulness, solid. The design, he is just a sandcastle. But he's a haunted sandcastle, and I've never heard of that before in my life, and I kind of like it. I think you're gonna land like... not too high. I think this is appropriate. I think this is a good spot for you. I do think you're good. You're not like, I'm not looking at you and think you're like the craziest thing ever, but you at least deserve like a mid-ish B tier for me, for sure. Yeah, Sentient Sand, like I just don't know what it is. I have no idea what the appeal is, but they did it and it's there. Your dumb Pokemon theory. I don't think you have, but you can go for it. Ooh, this is a weird little guy. This one's weird that like I don't think the design is great, but I like the color combo. And I like that they included this Pokemon, just like, you know, see, little sea cucumber guy. Just a weird little guy. Like maybe you're just like the top of my C tier. I can't put you in B tier. Like I can't feasibly put that thing in B tier, to be honest, but I think it can just head up to C tier because I like the color scheme and the concept of having little sea cucumber boy just hanging out. I think this is fine. Like looking at the rest of C tier, I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, these I still don't know how I feel about these two. These weird chimera Pokemon that they made. Just like, I don't know, they don't hit anything good for me. Like I kind of like Type 0 having this weird like pyramid head situation going on because it's kind of interesting, but it's not like crazy high on the list for me. Like maybe I would put you like top of C because I think the concept could have been interesting, but I don't like the execution. My theory, 90-ish% of all ghost types are just the same Pokemon possessing different things. That like, in a sense, they're all the Ghastly Haunter Gengar line, and they're just possessing a different thing, so they're technically different at that point. So I think those are the only ones that like I'm trying to think. Miss Drevis, I would say, is like a line that like I look at, I'm like, okay, that's just a ghost. Ghastly line, I would say, yeah, that's just a ghost. Rotom is kind of hard to say because Rotom is Rotom, but has other forms when it takes on other like appliances or whatever, or like tools and such. But in and of its own, it's almost like it's an electronic personified ghost situation. But I would say that's pretty close to being ghost on its own whenever it's just baseline Rotom. Who else? Shuppet and Bennett, I can see that being like a cloth situation, so that's like a possible possession clause, because that's like a clothing type situation. Even they're just Ghost X possessing gas clouds at different densities to you. The Ghastly's in your mind, okay. Huh. I mean, it's possible. I would maybe personally lean not like at 90%. I want to say that they are like, maybe it's like a regional or like personal power situation of how well you can project yourself. Like, Ghastly's not super good at it, so Ghastly's just an orb with like a gas cloud. Haunter kind of like gets like a little bit closer and is like, oh, I've kind of got like a face, and like I gave myself some hands. And then Gengar's like, oh, well, I'll just round that out and like I'll give myself a whole body. So like their ability to project is different. Same as like Ms. Drevis is like just a head with hair and like a necklace. When it evolves, it becomes Ms. Magus, and it kind of is like, oh, I'll project myself to have like a hat and then like a long gown, because that's easy to like handle and kind of gives me like a body and a form, that situation, you know? Like that's kind of how it plays in my mind for it. But like I could see with some of the other ones like Dusclops and like Bennett and a lot of the other ones, Mimikyu, stuff like that. Like I can understand like for those for sure. I think the purest form I've seen is Mimikyu, as he's not possessing anything, just wearing a costume. Yeah. Like, I can see that, but, like, at the same time, we don't really know what's underneath of there, so... Like, at that point... It's hard to say, because like what is going on with the tail exactly, what's going on underneath it there and all that. So Gen 7's Alola Sleepy. Zio, your Pokemon theory is the creator says he was inspired by collecting beetles as he did as a kid, but he actually was just really into chicken fights and thought it was palpable to the mainstream to say it. Yeah. That might be true. But also I can't I also can't disprove the beetle collecting name, because that literally set up so many games and so much content in Japan in general. Like 100%. Underground bug fighting is actually a huge thing in Japan. Yep, for sure. Don't know any of these kids. I mean, hey, I didn't know a good number of them until I went through and did the Nuzlocke, to be honest. Some of them I kind of remember from like Sword and Shield and stuff like that. Some of them I remember from Scarlet Violet, stuff like that. So, but you know, only so many of those made it, and definitely a couple that I just didn't even know existed. Silvally, I would say at least looks like a more fleshed out Pokemon and has like a design to it and looks more like just a Pokemon. But I don't like the way they did I think you could do a Chimera Pokemon and it would be fine, but the decisions that were made here are really weird to me. Like really weird to me, and I'm not a huge fan. It's literally like got like a falcon hair headpiece on top of a face that looks just like it, so I don't know why it was needed, onto chicken legs with like lizardy dog legs in the back with the fish tail. I don't know what happened here. I really don't. Why'd you put a human in F tier? That's where this stupid Beware belongs. I do not like this thing. 0% do I like this thing. Yeah, Toxapex was Gen 7. I thought it was 8 as well, because that's when I first saw it. So I was like, oh, sweet. And then it was in 7, and I was like, oh, what? I didn't realize this was even an option. I didn't get it, unfortunately. But yeah, I had no idea myself. I didn't realize. It's also where Golisopod is from, apparently. Crazy good. Yep, Railgun Bug. Yeah, say Railgun Bug about 80 times fast. See how you do. Yeah. Jeez. What in the world is it? Yeah, there it is. Good lord. I know we talked about this yesterday, but I swear Twitch is horrible about being like, oh, ads are starting and blah blah blah. They're starting soon, and then like, I don't know, it's been like 3 minutes rolling by before it even started it past that. Like, how am I supposed to track and keep up with that? Like, what if I was just like, oh shoot, the ads are coming home, let's take a break. And then like it's a 3-minute ad, but I'm sitting here for like 7 minutes going, when's this starting in? What are we doing? Like, it's so frustrating to work around. So I hate that I don't know more about Minior, because I know Minior has some like different colors and stuff like that it can turn into. I didn't get it. I don't know anything about it. It's a rock with eyeball holes. Like, I don't think like anything about this. Like, I can at least say this is it's a Pokemon. So it's better than Toucan Sam, but I don't know. It's a rock. It's a rock. It's like this is less of a Pokemon than Geodude is, and Geodude is a rock with arms and a face. Like, this thing's only got eye sockets, and I'm just like, all right, what are you? I don't know. All right, so Koala. Ooh, man. Our Koala Pokemon. Gosh. I think this Pokemon has a very good use case for it. Okay, hold on. Something changed. Is this why? Alright, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. Somebody definitely subbed and didn't put up the thing so I could thank them. One, how dare you? you do whatever you want. I was wondering why my sub goal thing popped up randomly, and my sub count went up, and I was like, I didn't thank somebody. I'm literally like searching for the thing. I guess I have to just recognize that there's going to be times I'm not going to be able to do that. So whoever did it, thank you. And we'll leave it at that. Let's see here. Like Minior is this. Oh, big weird turtle guy. You're such an interesting concept in how you're set up and your weird signature move and such. But I didn't even finish with our koala. I'm sorry. It's too basic for me to put the design much higher up, but it has an interesting use case. You can say low B. The turtle. I don't like the way the turtle actually looks, though. It's very turtle-esque. Don't get me wrong. This thing looks kind of a lot like a turtle. It's got that weird, like, dangly long neck, but don't like how it like sticks its back out and looks around the corner over the top and stuff like that. Something real weird going on with this guy. I mean, I did call this guy big weird turtle guy. I knew what this guy was about in my mind from the start. I will put it up there because I think it's interesting. I think this is definitely a Pokemon. I I don't even know if I can put it in B tier though. Like, I think this is like a crab brawler type situation for me. Like, it's interesting. I see what they did. They hit their mark for what they were trying to do, I think, but it just doesn't hit home for me. Like, really just doesn't hit home. I don't think it's horrid, but not my personal favorite. Ooh boy, this is a failed Pikachu clone as far as I am concerned, but it is a Pokemon. It is definitely a Pokemon. But this is a failed Pikachu clone. Like, you might just head up the D tier, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I've liked so many spherical round boy. There you go, Rowlet. Like, spherical round boys. Like, I do like them. This is just a beach ball with like a face and stripes painted onto it. 100%. 100%. This boy is nothing. Mimikyu. I will let Mimikyu sit at the bottom of A tier, because I think Mimikyu has good lore behind it. I feel like Mimikyu is a very interesting take on it being a Pikachu clone situation. The typing of it is really good. The use case for it, because of its ability, is also very good. It's also very cute. I don't know that I would put it any higher than the bottom end of A tier, but I think they did a good job with that. Yeah, it does. It just looks cool, you know? Like, for sure. Let's see here. Bruxish, you're going down here. I hate you less than Beware, but I've never been happy with this Pokemon with human lips. This rainbow like, I don't like Bruxish at all. Drampa looks like Polly Pocket got turned into a fish. Yeah, like, it's something like that. Like, it's just this weird, like, tropical colored fish with sharp teeth and big, huge, like, Bratz doll lips. You know? Like, it's just disturbing. I don't like it. Drampa, I think, is a good design. I'm not, like, amazingly overwhelmed by it, but I think Drampa, like, sits at least here for me. They did a good job of getting that, like, old snaky dragon with, like, a cloudish vibe to it. Like, I feel like they did an okay job with that, honestly. I like that they added this in. Not my personal favorite, but I think it's at least good. I would say it's at least good. You know what? I would say you're at least better than baseline Lycanroc. Nope, personal preference. I prefer that. Sorry. I tried. Ooh, Delmise. I like Delmise. Delmise is probably going to stay at the top of B tier. I don't know if it's good enough for me to give it A tier, because, like, don't get me wrong, it is an anchor and a helm. Like, it is definitely like the definition of, like, this is just a thing. But I feel like they did a good job with it, and I like it. I'm sorry. Like, for it being what it is, I see the Pokemon in it. I see the eye and everything else, the design. Like, I'm good. Also, whenever we talked about this, like, it's a ghost possession type thing, so, like, I kind of just give it at that point, like, you know, oh, it's an item, but, like, they at least made the item work as being a thing, so I'm fine with it. I think they could have possibly done more with it, to be honest, but that's why it's sitting in B tier and not going any higher for me. Ooh, I think this is gonna have another mid-kid situation. So the little guy, I think, is easily up here. Little guy's kind of cute, little heart head. You know, I'm down with that. Mid-kid's going through some stuff. I wouldn't put it very high. I would almost say the design isn't bad. But it just like, I don't know. This form doesn't do anything for me. Evolve form, solid. It's not fully my type, so I won't put it any higher in A tier, but I feel like they did such a good job designing this dragon, making it look different, making it look very like targeted towards where it's from. I'm good with you. Like, I think that they did a really good job here with this one. Very good Pokemon. Very solid design. The Tapus, man, these are going to be rough. I think this one probably lands, like they obviously put some extra time in this one in designing it, for the Tapus and stuff like that. I would probably put you like you give the same vibe here as what this Decidueye gives me, to be honest. So I think you're safe here. The pink one I think has a similar vibe, but I would probably put you about there. I don't like this one. This one I don't like. It's got a decent design, so I won't put it too low, but I don't like this one. This one just does not make me happy. I don't know what it is, but this one just like not good. This form I like better than all the other ones. I don't know why. I think we'll put you probably like here. Yeah, I think this is fine. Maybe it's like the totem piece that they used for it I like better. It's kind of like, it's got that like mermaid in a shell type situation going for it. Kind of neat. I like it better. Cosmog, you're gonna go into like you're a cute little guy situation, but there's not really anything going on there, you know? Like it is just like a little nebulous fart cloud, so is what it is. Your whatever form, I don't know, you look like a belt buckle. I don't know, you don't do anything. I'll let you sit at the top of C because you're at least like, you're shiny, sparkly, but you're a belt buckle. I don't care about you at this point. Once you become a belt buckle, you've lost your viability. Solgaleo is actually a good design. I would probably put you like here for me. I'm not always into like Lion and that sort of thing. I obviously, like in the previous gens, put like Pyroar pretty low, to be honest. So it's obviously I'm not like, oh, lions, but just the design of this one, again, very good. The way they put like the Cosmog piece in the face and like it made it the head and the eyes, very interesting. I love the colors that they used for this. The design's very sleek. Very good Pokemon. However, the other one that they have, I think, is super solid for me. I love the way the Moon Pokemon looks. Like, this design, I think, is just, like, incredibly interesting, and is one of, like, the few reasons that I was like, oh, man, I hate that I missed Alola. Like, the rest of Alola, I wasn't like, oh man, I wanted to do the Alola plays, but like this Pokemon, I was like, ooh, this is interesting. This made this game look very interesting to me. So we're putting that one pretty high. The jellyfish, I think it's fine, but it's not. I don't know. Like it looked like nothing. Like, as we were doing the story stuff and it would appear, I'm just like, it's I mean, I guess it's a jellyfish, and it kind of gave it little feet and little hands, kind of, sort of, not really. Like, because I look at, like, Tentacruel and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's a Pokemon. I love the design. Well done. Blah blah blah. So on and so forth. I look at this one and I'm like, there's no personality here. Like there's like a little bit, but just like I don't know. I just don't feel it. I think Buzzwole is super cool. He is such a weird guy, but I think he's so cool looking. You know, you could go with like Solgaleo. You are kind of a weird guy, but like there's just a big, super buff, super mosquito. Like I don't even know what to say, but this is such an edgy, like, I don't know. The idea of this just being a quadruped super buff mosquito, just like, it looks like it punched a hole through a, like, 20 feet worth of steel plating. He makes no sense, but that's Pokemon at its best. I mean, yeah. If you can look at it and go, that's a Pokemon, but it, like, whatever, it's some weird shit, then yeah, that's fine. Which is really funny because this guy has like a somewhat similar concept. It went bipedal. It became a buff guy. But I look at this and I go, I don't like this. And you also kind of ruined the chance of this turning into something better. And then I look at Buzzwole and I'm like, oh, look at this guy. This is a JoJo character. They put JoJo in here. That's crazy. This one I think very pretty. It's also Bug. Again, I like Bug. It's gonna go up high on the list for me. This one has a lot of A tiers for me. I'm just realizing the A and S tiers is not lacking this time around. Do I need to make a swap? I think Salazzle goes to the top of B. I'm looking at the rest of the stuff here, and I don't think Salazzle sits with this tier. I think it just sits at the top of B. That's fine with me. Electrical Wires Pokemon, I think is just dumb. Like, I'm gonna let it sit at the top of D tier because it obviously has more detail put into it and stuff like that, and like they tried. I can't even give it that. It's gonna go down here. Like, I don't absolutely hate it, like, above all other things, but this is nothing. This is some electrical wire. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Like, what in the absolute heck am I supposed to do with this thing? I don't know how to feel about this Pokemon. I feel like the design is good. It's weird, not my favorite. I'm gonna put it at the top of B, because again, I think it's like it's like a Tapu. Like, it's got a decent design to it in general, but just like the overall is not screaming to me. Like, honestly, this is probably, like, now that I speak about the Tapus, I'm probably gonna have to put it lower. I would probably put it just below the Tapus. Like, this is saying a lot because I love steel types, so me throwing big heavy steel type down here says a lot about the end result in my mind. I did not think we were gonna do this one this fast. We're really pumping through here. Maybe we'll do some chatting after we finish this, because I want to talk about a few things anyways. So yeah, we'll probably hit up chatting afterwards. That'll give me a chance to like talk a little bit and not completely destroy my voice. The origami guy, I think, is very sleek, very good. I can't put it any higher than B though. Like, it's not, I don't think it's an A tier, but it's close. This is a very high B tier. I've always thought he looked a little interesting to me. Nice little concept. I'm happy with it. Guzzlord. There's a lot to unravel with Guzzlord. Like, there's a lot going on here. I think if it was done a little bit differently, I would be happier with it. But I think I'm just gonna put it here, like a low B. The design isn't horrible. I'm not looking at it and going, oh, it's bad, but I'm not like real happy with it or anything, so let's put it down a little bit low. This guy's a little more interesting. I think they put too much black on it. I think there's just too much darkness edging through here, but I would say these have a similar vibe to them. I'm like, you could have been really good in my mind, but just some of the choices just didn't hit with me. Now obviously he like gets involved with these designs. I don't like what it does to the designs here. Like, honestly, I think because of what happens here, I think these designs go down here with him. They beat him out. Like, I think these guys make him better in like the way it looks, but I think it's a downgrade in my mind. I think this is a downgrade for both of these. You can at least outpace this guy. I think you at least got like the better side of this. Yeah, we'll go with that. I think that's comfortable enough for me. I don't even know how I feel about this. Like, this might actually be worse than the normal form itself. I don't know. Just something about this just does not make me go, ooh, very nice. It just doesn't hit for me. This thing is edgelord material. The design doesn't strike me anything crazy. It just feels like there's just a lot of mush. Just bright light mush in this body. I don't know. I think you're actually like Guzzlord material. Slightly better than Guzzlord. We'll go with that. I'm also surprised in myself. Like, there's like me knowing what Guzzlord is wild. I don't know who Guzzlord is. I know the name for some reason or another, but I don't know who that is. Gosh, I wish I knew where this rock form version of whatever the heck this is from the last gen was, because this isn't anything to me. I don't really like the design. I think it got more personality than a lot of these other ones here, so we're gonna let it sit at the top of C tier, but I'm not like a huge fan of the design. Just doesn't hit anything for me. Little ghost guy, not a lot of personality going on here, but I think you at least like, yeah, you're like Sandy Gas level. It's just a little guy. So we'll let you sit there. B tier's getting dense right now. This little guy, I don't like. I don't know what they did here. This little guy is a little weird sucker. You know, I think you're gonna go down to D tier. I don't like you. You've got a very like unique design. Good for you. I don't like you. Now this guy, I think, looks pretty cool. Once he evolves, he looks pretty cool. Design-wise, you probably land just above Rowlet. I think that's fine by me. So leave it like that. Now Stakataka is just a giant roving building, you know? I don't think there's anything too crazy with it. I would probably put it at like, yeah, I think top of C tier. Like, it's just a bunch of floating like blocks. Doesn't instill anything like crazy in my mind. I would say it's probably a good Pokemon, but there's a lot of Pokemon up here that are probably like really good Pokemon, but I don't know, just like not anything like I'm like, oh well, of course it's supposed to be a good Pokemon, but it doesn't mean it's like super good in my mind. This thing, I don't like it. You make me less uncomfortable than Beware and Bruxish, so you can at least go here. But you can sit down here. Weird clown, confetti, laffy taffy, whatever guy. I don't know. Zorark? This man is a Pokemon. I think this one can probably land up right about here for me. Like this is definitely a Pokemon. This looks like a Pokemon. The feel is a Pokemon. The design is clean and good. It gives me very like Cat Lucario vibes, if that makes sense. Like it like the vibes of how it stances itself and the design elements and stuff very much feel like the concepts that they would have used for Lucario, but they made a cat this time. So I think that's a positive here. 100%. Coming down to like the last 20-ish or so. Little melty guy. I think this is a cute little guy. I think you can sit up here like around the Wimpod level for sure. Your evolve form? I don't know. I don't feel strongly about this form. I think you probably sit here with stack. I think you're better than stack attack on my mind, but you're not anything crazy. Like, I don't know. You're just like mush with bolts. So it's just like, I get it. Melting with this, but like, I don't know. Like this doesn't sell me. This one's at least cute. Big boy doesn't sell me. Long boy. The B tier is so thick right now. Goodness gracious. Alolan Exeggutor. Man, you're a weird guy. I'm gonna put you like just below Delmise. I think I need to push some of these down to C tier. I think a lot of these deserve like C tier. I'm gonna keep you. You can at least be up here. Okay. I think this is fine. This is a little bit better in my mind. Yeah. Okay, we're good with that. Alolan Marowak. This one, very good design. Very happy with what they did with this. I think that like this is probably one of the best like regional forms that they put out. For at least a Loba. Like they took Marowak, they gave it like a dark vibe and gave it this whole ghosty fire, like green flame. Really, really good redesign for that. Alolan Marowak can sit low A for me for sure. I have no problem with that. It's Rattata with a mustache. They did a good job with the mustache. The weird little mustache. I don't know. It's funny, but I don't like it. Oh, Cheekster. Oh gosh. I might regret this. Cheekster is literally one of the few reasons we got through the Elite Four. I don't like the way it looks though. So the highest I'm gonna put it is B tier. But Cheekster 100% is like the reason the Ghost Elite Four member was like possible and easy for us. So I can't put it any lower than B, but I also look at it with my eyes and I go, I can't put you any higher than B. That'd be blasphemous to put you any higher than that. But you know, we let it have at least a little bit. Again, I'm putting a little bit of like Nuzlocke experience with some of these Pokemon going, no, you were really good. You helped. You were the reason that we are even here doing this for this generation right now. We'll give you at least a little bit of leeway for that. Raticate is one of those. Alolan Raticate is one of those. Alolan Raichu. I think it's a good design. I think this probably lands like right about here for me. I feel like it's a good design. It's not my personal favorite. It's very soft looking, and I really like Raichu having at least like some kind of edgy feel like to it, even though he's just a big soft guy in the end. But I want him to have a little bit of edginess to him. And it's like, I don't know, it's weird to me that they made him so soft and curved, and then they didn't make it like that's fairy typing. They made it psychic, which is fine. But I don't know, I think psychic they could have, I don't know, they could have done something different in my mind. But this is fine. I think at a high B is fine for me. Like it's solid, but it might go lower. Gods, I hate to say it might go lower. Yeah, I think it's got to go lower for me because it's not my personal favorite. I think the design is interesting. The like riding on the tail, interesting. Not my favorite design personally. Okay. I think Igloo Sandshrew is very good. I love Igloo Sandshrew. I like Icicle Sandslash. I just wish they kept with the Igloo. Man, why? Like, I get he's a spiny boy, but I wanted more of this Igloo, man. Oh, like what? They could have done something, surely, but like, this guy is so cute and so good. In my mind, I hated seeing him just like turned into Edgelord and losing that. So sad in my mind. Now Alolan Vulpix, I think, is a cute kid. I think they did a good job with this. I'll put it right about here, about a high B tier. Alolan Ninetales, I think, is a very pretty. I think they did a good job with Alolan Ninetales. I think this probably will go A tier for me. I wouldn't put it too high because it's like I think it's good, but like there's still a lot of other guys I just like them better up here. It's literally just like the only thing. I think I'll put you a little bit lower because again I think you're here and you're here because you are good designs, but not in like my hyper favorites. So like you're good, but you're not crazy. New Diglett, 3 little sprouts, whatever, dumb little guy, 3 little hairs. You're gonna go like here-ish, it's whatever. I hate I hate Doug Trio with dude hair. I don't like it. I'm so upset by it. Yep, just wasn't a big fan of that. Alolan Meowth. Oh, we're getting close to the end. Getting close to the end here. Alolan Meowth. There was not a huge change for you. I don't dislike you like I do Rattata. I don't think you go any higher than that because you do just feel like a recolor at this point. And then Alolan Persian, you were actually helpful for a long time, so that's gonna keep you up here at the top of C tier. Outside of that, I probably wouldn't put this one so high because I don't like its big dumb head. Like they transposed the Meowth head over to it and then just like squashed the eyes down and stuff. I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of that. I wish they didn't give it that dumb round head. It would have been better. They made it a dark type. They could have made this a really edgy Persian. They really could have, and they just decided not to, and I despise them for this. Freaking Alolan Geodude, man. Alright, so Alolan Geodude's at least funny. I would give you better than Rattata. These little hairs, I don't like them. I really don't. But it's just funny, so we'll let that be. I think Graveler ended up being kind of interesting looking. Not bad. I wouldn't put you too high. I'd probably put you like here. Low in B. Because he definitely just took Graveler at that point and like added a little bit to it. It didn't feel like it was doing something stupid to be funny. The golem. I don't know that this golem is my absolute favorite thing, but I feel like they did a really good job with golem. He's interesting, he's different. They incorporated like some elements to it that are new. The typing was interesting. Like good on them for that. I think this is probably going to land in one of the higher B tiers for me. Man. Okay. Last two here. I think Green Grimer is fine. It's a little bit whatever in my mind. I would say the color green is okay. I would probably put you here-ish. It's not too much happened there. I don't like Rainbow Muck. I get where they were going with Rainbow Muck. I don't like Rainbow Muck. Like, I don't know. There's just something about Rainbow Muck that I just don't like. I think you're gonna go right about here for me. But yeah, that's our list. We ended up with a decent amount of S and A tiers, honestly. Like, that's... I'd say that's pretty good. B tier got chunky. C tier almost just as chunky. And then E tier and F tier just like, I don't know. There was like some real obvious like these need to go really low for me type situations, but I'm happy with this list. I think this is good. I don't care how bulky B and C are in the end, but just like obviously like they had some real winners that they created, some real just like mid-ish like okay whatever, or like they were very useful for us, and then just like some like I don't know what the heck was happening for a lot of these, but stop. Just whatever happened here for these, just stop that maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Where is it at the bottom? Yeah, we'll go ahead and download that. Sweet. Make sure I actually have the file there before I accidentally lose it for some reason or another. Yep, we do have it. So since we finished up with the list here, we'll probably switch to just chatting for a little bit and do a little bit of talking. I guess unless I like think of something that I actually want to do on stream, we might do another short stream again today. I know we're doing shorter streams right now, but like I'm trying to keep my energy for the time being, because I know I'm a little bit tired today. I want to at least make sure I have energy for like future streams and doing all that. And I signed up for doing these tier lists. I did this to myself. We are definitely going to do the rest of them, but like they take more energy out of me than what I thought that they would. So I'm glad that we're only doing these like one generation at a time, because otherwise like, oh man, I would just be straight drained out, like for sure. If I was just doing this like all day, oh, I couldn't imagine doing the entire list. All the mega forms and all the other forms and the regional forms and just the Pokemon decks in general for every base form. Oh my gosh, and then the list after it gets so many Pokemon on there, I would be here. I would need like a 12, 16 hour, 20 hour stream or something stupid like that, because it would just get so convoluted. And me like being like, ooh, do I actually like you better than this other Pokemon? I don't know. I don't need that, man. That would be crazy. Because even like doing like one of these like over 100 count ones is just, I'm surprised we did this one so fast. With it being 100 and like, was 13 or something like that? 116? I'm surprised we did this one so fast, because the first one took quite a while. But I think I was just very like unsure of how I wanted to do a lot of Gen 3's Pokemon. Hopefully Gen 1 and 2 is a little bit easier for me to run through. Gen 1 will be... I think tough. I think nostalgia is going to make Gen 1 very hard to do and actually feel good about all my choices. I will also probably like accidentally put some a lot higher than what I intend to, and I'll have to like reconfigure them just a wee bit. But I don't think anything too crazy. Saving up my image here. Yeah, Gen 1 is just like, I don't know. Like, I think for so many of us that started at Gen 1, or at least close to it, even with just like thinking about all the stuff that's still out there for Gen 1 specific Pokemon that have like for Pikachu and Charizard, and like everybody else is still just like makes tons of cameos and stuff like that in like the series and in other games and all of that, and still gets used. Like, I think Gen 1's always gonna have just like that like real special like place for it for everybody, unless you're just like, you know, you're a kid that just, you missed so many generations that by the time you came in, Gen 1 was just kind of like an additive for you, you know, like you're just not aware of it. So like that point I understand, and it's been long enough that there's definitely people who are of that category, but like for me, the Gen 1's gonna have like a very special situation of like trying to get through. Let me go ahead and switch us to just chatting for a little bit here. Mr. Mimus Kirsten is peak Pokemon at the same time. 100%. Mr. Mimus is definitely like a yikes, but also that's a definitive Pokemon right there. 100%. 100%. All right. So a few things I wanted to try and just like talk about on stream and all of that jazz. I made like a quick note on the Discord about this because I know Discord is very small right now for me, and that's fine. I'm not like pushing it or anything like that. But like I want to figure out what kind of direction we want to take for Spooktober, and another thing that like I've thought about a few times, but I just wasn't sure if like anybody would have the interest in it, because it would be definitely like off-brand for me and what I usually do. But yeah, well, I want to kind of go over like some of that stuff. Zio, I do have like one specific question for you outside of that though. I know you have like your counter for when people check in. Do you have that set up to like track how many times people have used that? Because I know a lot of people that do have that and like actually have the counter of like, oh, you've done your check-in like this many streams or blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And I know it's not like intrinsically in Twitch or like the Stream Elements system or anything, so I didn't know if you had something specific that you used for that. I have it for first, but not the coins. Okay. Yeah, I like, do you use like mix it up or something? So I think that's because I did like a quick search as I was starting up today, so I obviously didn't like get in like heavy detail on it, but that was where I saw a lot of like people were like, oh you just use mix it up. I know in the past I had a separate bot thing set up that kept track of that kind of stuff, and it was complex. I don't have it anymore. I don't know what I did with it. So I wouldn't be able to re-implement it like that, which sucks because like I had a whole thing set up for that bot, but that disappeared with time. Streamer bot. Okay. I think that was the other one that I saw, but again, it was just a quick check, so I'll just look into those and see see what works for me then. Just because I want to get the check-in. I feel like people like to have the check-in, you know, so why not? So for October and doing Spooktober and stuff like that, I'm under consideration of doing like some more recent games. I could go back and try to play some older games, but I think I want to try and keep myself on some like current stuff for Spooktober. On that note, the things that I would probably be considering are going to be things like the new Silent Hill game. I'm not a human or whatever, the game that just released. I saw it like a while back, but like it just recently actually released that a lot of people are playing. Like those would be things I wouldn't mind playing. There's other games I'd probably be willing to do and play that I'm like cool with doing, like just like some horror games and that sort of thing. My biggest question with that is like if people are trying to like stay away from spoilers and all that, I don't I don't want to push everybody out because I decided to play a game that like, well, I don't want to get spoiled on it, because I understand that, because I'm the same way, and I've like just lurked on streams and just like kept it on the side and volume real low because like I don't want to get spoiled on stuff. Like those kinds of games, like I feel like I can listen to parts of it and it's not like too bad, but like I don't know. Like I don't know if it's going to be better to do that or if it's going to be better to play more obscure or older things so that we're not like worried on, oh, the spoilers. This is one of those like few times that I'm going to like do that. Whenever, because like when the new Pokemon comes out, if I decide to stream that, like that's not a game that I'm going, oh man, the story spoilers, you know, I don't want to ruin that. I don't think people are going to care about ZA spoilers or anything like that. Like I don't think there's going to be a problem there. But like Silent Hill is definitely like very story driven, very like figure out the puzzle, very like, you once you've seen it done, it really cuts down your own personal experience of playing those kinds of games. Debating the same with Ninja Guy. Yeah. I feel like Ninja Guy has story element to it for sure, but it's got enough like action, combat, whatever built into it and like difficulty and such that you could still pick that game up and play it after having watched somebody else play it and be like, I want to do this for myself, you know, like that sort of thing. I feel like you could still do that and still get enjoyment out of it. Its story is pretty 90s too. Ooh, I do like that, to be honest. So like I'm not sure, like we don't have a lot of time before then to decide. It may be one of those things where I am evil demon and my army will defeat you. No, I want to let you destroy these lands. Wah! I am a cool foolish samurai. Gosh, gotta love it. It's simple. It's simple, but it works. Like worst case scenario, if I don't like, again, this is not to push everybody into like telling me what to do. If I don't get like specific feedback of how like people are feeling about it, I may just end up just like playing like Silent Hill or like I Am Not a Human and stuff like that, and we'll just see how it goes. If it feels like it's problematic, then I can just stop doing on stream and do it on my own time. And I don't think that's like a problem. I just won't like hard commit to it. Like, no, I have to finish it on stream, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Because I'm more here streaming on Twitch for, you know, like I want to be able to have like the interaction and meet new people and so on and so forth. But like it definitely feels like it's hard to do stuff like that with new games that are like Warner spoiler warning. But at the same time, I feel like games are becoming very inaccessible to like oh, I'm gonna play this game and this game and this game and this game. Like I'm gonna play all the games as they come out. Like I feel like it's so hard to do that anymore because you need the new system or you need like good hardware, and then you have to pay for the actual game itself, and like not every game is coming out at like 30-40 bucks these days. I'm like 60, 70, 80 bucks to buy the video game. So I also feel like there's a level of like people can take enjoyment in watching other people play the game that maybe they can't like properly afford to like have and play themselves to a degree. I also feel like Spooktober is a good time for me to play games that are like big, scary, spooky games that, you know, maybe other people are not quite so comfortable playing. Don't get me wrong, I feel like I've probably come a far way in scary, spooky games. I used to be real bad about them. Then I got to be slightly less bad, but still real bad about them. And like, just like anxiety would take full control and take the reins and be like, nah, you're scared, baby. It's a big scary situation and you're a big scaredy baby. And I was like, yes, I'm a big scary baby. No, not the scary. I'm a scared baby. I'm a very scared baby. I'm a scary baby. I'm a scary baby. So like I feel like there's some value in that too for doing that. So like maybe we just give that a shot and then we'll see how it goes. This will give us a small breaking period from Pokemon. At most it's a month, you know, like not anything crazy super long. I don't know how much I want to break from it though. Like maybe we split our time just a little bit. Like that's something I'm not used to, is being like, oh, well, we'll schedule out these days for Pokemon and these days for spooky games, and like, but that's probably what I should look at doing, is probably splitting our time in October so that I'm still making like nuzlocke progress on a new game, but putting a little time in between all that to do spooky games and do that sort of thing, because that would be, you know, I feel like that's like one of the few pertinent times that I would do something in the year. It's like, oh, I want to do spooky games in October, because like I'm not very likely to be the person that comes around in like December and is like, I want to play Christmas games, holiday cheer. I'm not super apt to do that. If something comes around and like we thematically have like a good thing to do that like I actually want to do, then like sure. Or if it's something that's in the wheelhouse and it just puts the Christmas like holiday whatever theme on top of it, yeah, okay, that's fine. I can lean into that a little bit. But I ain't spending all month being like, holly jolly, put on a Santa outfit, let's find a Christmas game. Like not looking for it. So why not play up October while we can? Once a year, right? You know, 1 month a year. Outside of those, like I think the decision for that, unless something comes up and I hear otherwise from people. For anybody that isn't in the Discord, please feel free to join the Discord and just talk and put stuff in there. Like I'm cool with that. Like I went through and put one up. Mine will probably always be very low maintenance, and I like, unless something changes, it will probably always be low maintenance. So I see that as a boon. Because I have a hard time having all the Discord channels that I do have, because I feel like I just can't keep up with people. Like I get up, I go to work, and then I come home, and then if I'm not streaming, I'm probably playing something to detox. So I'm not on Discord channels. And then if I'm watching streams, I'm watching streams. I'm not on Discord channels. And if I'm streaming, I'm obviously streaming and not sitting in Discord channels chatting. So I try to check them from time to time, but I feel like I am, like, the second I walk away from any of these Discord channels, like I am 80 years back, 30 years to the right, and then 40 years up in the sky, and I'm not even on the ground yet to even try to understand what the heck's going on, where people are at, what the current situation is. And then I just go, well, I guess it's not worth spending my time on to figure out what's going on in all 40 of these different Discord servers. Dang it. So I lose that, and that sucks. But it's just so much. So like I appreciate having a low maintenance situation, like for sure. And I feel bad because like I know people probably feel like, oh, you know, Kashi doesn't give an ever living crap about me or my blah 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 or whatever else, and like I do. I try and show up into like as many streams as I can, which is hard because I stupidly decided that, like, I guess not stupidly, but like, you know, I know a lot of people who stream during different time zones, obviously. I know people who talk through, and like their prime time for Discord is different time zones and stuff as well, and things just get crazy. I just like, I personally don't have like the social meter to like sit in Discord servers, which it just sucks. Like I want to express that, like I want to be there, I want to talk more, I want to converse with whoever in different channels and all this other stuff in their communities, and it's just for me it's tough. Like I have a hard time with it. Like if I'm not being tagged in something, my brain just like shuts out like real hard. Outside of October, the other idea that I tossed up was, and I guess this could lead into October spooky time if we really wanted it to, but I had the thought of, I'm gonna snooze these for an extra 5. I threw out the idea of doing like story reading of some kind. I don't know that we're I don't know that we're talking like I'm gonna read like Lord of the Rings or anything like that. Like that's a big ask. I would want to keep it shorter stuff. Either like snippet things, little tiny stories, real small stuff, or at least a short enough form that I could get it done in a stream. Like I think like a multi-hour stream that was like a longer stream, like I've done like the 5 to 7 hour ones. If I can fit it in that might be okay. Probably have to take some breaks for the voice and so on and so forth. Creepypasta kind of thing. Yeah, like that would be cool. Those are things that are not like super long, but are in depth enough and they can be read and that sort of thing. I also feel like that sort of thing, like SCP sort of stuff, short stories, seasonal or holiday-based stories, or you know, any of that kind of stuff I think would be interesting. We can get some more general stories and stuff like that, but I'm not looking to pick up people's fanfics of weird stuff and then I get through and I'm like halfway through reading it and they're like, and then Jeffy put his tongue down Jeremy's throat, and Jeremy's butthole puckered tighter than it's ever been before. The tightest butthole. And then I'm like, what is happening? What am I reading? I don't want that. I don't want that crap happening. But I think we could find some interesting stories. I think we could find some good stuff that, like, one, again, that gives us stuff that we could do for October. It does give us stuff that we could do for like the holiday season. That gives us some like ability to like look into like different fandoms. So like there are other fandoms that have good written content for it that like I just haven't read or gotten into, or maybe I don't know the fandom, and it would be a good way to like, I don't know, I learn about it, or like we spread information to people who want to learn more about it, but like, you know, not everybody's like sitting down and reading and that sort of thing. I would also have to like think of like, do we want to like have commentary about the stuff, or do we just like wait till like the end of like reading to like do commentary type things for it and like kind of have like an afterwards like talk session about it. I also know that a lot of people who watch my stream are watching at very late hours. And while I'm not looking to do ASMR, as much as I personally do like ASMR, I like to utilize ASMR and all that sort of thing as like sleep aid or to like relax and calm down. Maybe just like some like really soft, slowish, like evenly paced reading of certain stories or information or facts or historical stuff or just anything really, aside from what I said earlier. Like, I think that would be interesting to me because that gives me a chance to learn. It gives me a different platform to like do content with that I think would be interesting. I don't want to get a big head about it, but there's that slight chance that people might enjoy listening to me read. So I don't mind leaning into that. I'm not going to try to get crazy or anything like that and be like, well, I've got the voice of a radio talk show host. I've got the voice of a TV guru that I just think that I can keep a nice, even, soft, low volumed pace for things that's not like, I'm not going to go doing like super crazy voices or anything like that over top of it because I think that would take away from it. It would probably just be soft readings for a lot of it. You know, it's funny. Warhammer lore is something that I thought about because it's one of those things that I know absolutely nothing about, but is a very deep-seated, wide, like, what's the, I guess, like, world or whatever that has just like a lot of lore built into it. And it would be very easy to like probably find like written content that they have for that, just like books or snippets or whatever else talking about different fights and people and races and whatever else out there. Like there's a lot of that could be done for like Warhammer or for a lot of those like medieval type genres and stuff like that, fantasy stuff. Yeah, space fantasy has like a lot of like races and stuff in it for sure. Like I think those would be cool. Like I would be less apt to read Lord of the Rings, but more apt to talk about and read content that talks about like the lore of races from like Lord of the Rings. Since we focus on games more here, like it would be cool to like pull up stuff that I'm only using Pokemon because we've been doing a lot of Pokemon recently, but like stuff that pulls up lore behind specific Pokemon or specific Pokemon trainers, specific Pokemon gyms, hitting up other games like our horror games or fantasy realms that like, you know, you play the game and it teaches you a lot, but like there's still a lot of underlying story and elements that are not really put to the forefront of the game or whatever, that I would be cool with just like reading slowly or whatever, so that like, you know, you can listen to it in a format that's not crazy high pitched or it's not like super fast, because you get a lot of like overly informative oh, Luke, I don't know what you want to know where your muck ended up. I unfortunately don't like. I like original muck a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Alolan muck. Alolan muck doesn't do it for me. And I like regular muck enough that like Alolan muck being something I don't like kind of hurt for me. So my sincerest apologies for what happened to your muck, but the muck did not end up very high on my list. Apologies to you. But yeah, I think it would just be interesting to do like some story time stuff. Muck carried you through Alola. I'm sorry. Yeah, it just didn't. I don't like Hanson Doug Trio. I know you think he's a good, funny guy. I do, but I'm not a fan. You don't actually like the original that much? Hey, That's all right. 100% that's okay. Everybody's going to have different opinions on stuff. This is why this is my list, you know? Like, there would be no sense in having tier lists like this if people didn't have differing opinions. So, all good. I like to know in these situations whenever you like a Pokemon a lot. Because obviously, like, I don't know, it just doesn't hit for me. Maybe I didn't have, like, the same chance or experience to, like, use them a lot, you know? Because, like, there's definitely a lot of times, like, I looked at them and I'm like, oh, well, like, will they work? And, like, after, like, early game, it just, I don't know, like, it just didn't feel like the typing would work. But there's, I mean, obviously alternatives to what I've done and so on and so forth in my nuzlocke that just, who knows? But yeah, so like I would like to do like a reading segment on stream. I don't know that we would do it hyper regularly. Like maybe we could do a reading segment like once a week, once every like 2 weeks, like every like 1 or 2 weeks, and like pick something that we want to like go through and read and do. I don't know how much I would want to do that one without getting some sort of input of like somebody wants to get like something specific, you know? Like I want to have some sort of reading. I want to have some sort of reading segment that like people will be able to like enjoy and like they want to either learn about or listen to or like use like something specific as like sleep aid or whatever else. Like I want to be able to do that. I want to have something like that as a reading segment. I think that would be very cool. Why is there not a separate category for Nebby labeled bag? I mean, they do spend a lot of time in the bag. They really, really do. But I think normal Nebby is like, normal Nebby's fine. It's a cute little guy. Hey, Kure, how you doing? Is there anything in particular you are passionate about lore-wise? Oh, man. I'm thinking. I'm thinking real hard right now. Because I know that there's a lot of things that like I enjoy knowing the lore about. Like I do really like deep dive stuff. Like, not that this is like where I stand at like being the top end of my lore thing, but I do really like SCP lore is usually very interesting, and like how they handle like containing and like controlling different SCPs. I thought listening to how deep like the Freddy Fazbear stuff for Five Nights at Freddy's goes lore wise, like that's interesting. I like a lot of horror stuff. And like I like deep horror stuff. I don't like surface level horror stuff as much whenever it comes to lore, but I like deep level horror stuff. I like things that have a lot of like interconnections that you just don't know about or don't think about. So like I can't think of one off the top of my head that's like oh, this one sticks out for lore, because I haven't really like delved into lore in quite a while. I don't feel like I've had the time to delve into a lot of lore. You know, don't you start on Poketheocracy? Oh gosh, I'm sure that's absolutely wild. Pokemon lore is not a hole I fell into, thankfully. I imagine it's deep. Pokemon lore is probably an entire, just like you're going forward down the game line and you need to take like 5 steps to the right and realize that there's just like a parallel path right beside you the whole time that's going around in the background that isn't just like the big Pokemon's causing the doom in the world, and you have to follow through and just be like, oh, the world is very different from what I thought it was, is what I'm guessing. Who's all that black polygonal guy in B tier? I know who you're talking about. I don't know who this man is. I think this is like a later legendary in Ultra or something, because I am not recognizing this, but he is definitely wrapped around your legendaries from the box art. I don't know what happened there. That was not in the main story. Are we talking just lore or much deeper hidden lores like FNAF? I would say either. I like really, really deep lore because I think deep lore, hidden lore is very interesting to like see it unearth and really talk about the elements of what are going underneath of what seems like such a surface level situation. Because Five Nights at Freddy's is very surface level. It's spooky. The animatronics are here. You survive the nights and then you're done. And then you can get like a little bit of information like, oh, it's the bite of the babada, and then the kids, and then the stuff is going on, and then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, so there's like a story there. And then you get the people who go like super deep on it, and you're like, no, this is like real deep stuff. That's when I think that gets really interesting. Other stuff, just like having lore that you're just not aware of and stuff like that, I think that's also very interesting. Like there's like all sorts of stuff, and again, I'm just trying to use stuff that like people might be aware of. I'm not like a huge Lord of the Rings person, but like Lord of the Rings has a lot of stuff with the races that watching the movies will never give you any like look or view into by any means whatsoever. 0%, you'll never know. But some of that stuff is probably the most interesting stuff about the realm and the world and the goings on of things, rather than just the big bad and the ring and like but what, there's all this other stuff going on. But yeah, I do like horror stuff in general. I think horror as a genre, I think is very interesting for lore-based things because they're not afraid to get very dark with stuff. They're not afraid to lean towards those very gruesome, like thought processes, dark thought processes on things. Other stuff does hit on those. Don't get me wrong, and don't get me wrong, I don't like gore. I'm not huge into gore by any means. Not huge into gore. But just like I like the dark feel of things and stuff because it lets the content veer a little more on like what it touches on, and it makes it less predictable in a sense, you know. So yeah, disagreeing with a large part of the fandom, specifically the origin. I know him. Okay. I don't know how the fandom feels about it, so I'm not too sure. Really deep stuff that is coherent is rare to find. Yeah, it would definitely be hard for that. That's why like I need to find if we do like a reading segment for that sort of thing, that it's going to have to be something that is well put together. Like I'm not going to go through and like read like 80 like 1,000 separated snippets that just really doesn't, like that's YouTube material for that. Like that's the kind of thing that like I put here are the top 20 FNAF facts that you didn't know, and number 1. If not doing that, definitely not doing that type of situation. Then maybe No, I'm Not Human might be interesting enough. Faye will play it on Wednesday. Oh, that's right. I do remember seeing that being on the list. That is one of the ones I'm considering to like play in general for Spooktober as well. I'm trying to figure out how much people want to like stay away from spoilers and stuff, because I'm also considering doing the new Silent Hill game, because people might have interest in seeing that because they may not want to play it themselves or pay the friggin' money for it, but I'm interested in it. So Library of Ruina is a dark and has plenty of lore. Interesting. Expedition 33 has lots of lore, and you can uncover more lore as well. I have already gone through Expedition 33. Expedition 33 was not my cup of tea. I feel like it's a good game, and the people who like it are fully justified in liking it, and that's cool. But it just doesn't really hit for me. Like really just not the like amazing game that everybody's like touted it to be for me personally. Hi Faye, how you doing? Did you have a good stream today? Play a visual novel. Oh goodness. SHF is fantastic. Really enjoying New Game Plus far. Ooh. You know, I should have actually like realized that the New Game Plus was going to have differences for that, but that'll be something to keep in mind. Some people don't like the gameplay. Honestly, I think the gameplay was fine in Expedition 33. I think the biggest thing for me is that gameplay wise, I don't like getting hit by the boss 80 times and having to perfect parry the whole way through. That frustrating for me personally. The combat later on gets kind of meh for me. The story, there are good story elements hidden within that game, but the baseline content doesn't interest me. And I really didn't like how the human characters fleshed out in that game. I felt zero attachment to those characters. The only one I did have attachment to, yeah, they went away. I'll just leave it at that. So you know, I just like I need character attachment to some degree for a game like that, and I just didn't have it, unfortunately. And I usually I can get attached to something. And I'll get sappy about stuff. I'll cry at happy moments and sad moments, but just Stream was great, super comfy and cozy. Good. You were playing the like monster daycare game, right? Like I hopped in for a little bit, but I was in between stuff. I had to take care of a few things. Very suddenly, but yeah, I think I saw a little bit of that there. I'm glad that was good fun. Monster Care Simulator, that's what it was. Yeah, it looked like it was pretty solid. I'm still surprised, like every time a decent simulator game comes out, and I'm like, I mean, good, comfy fun. I don't know why this one's so good and big games are not always like. Is it just like they just capture charm for a lot of those just like menial tasks so well somehow, and you're just happy with it. You go in, you spend your time, you play it for however long, and then you move on. And it wasn't super expensive most of the time. Like, sweet. I don't know what they've done, but they've got the formula going well. But I'm not doing bad. I'm doing good. Honestly, nothing really heavy to complain about. I'm just trying to like figure out like what we're going to do for Spooktober a little bit, and kind of throwing up the idea of doing reading sessions for certain streams, and doing that as like a weekly or bi-weekly thing, and finding like short stories or lore or whatever else, and then just having like a read, you know, stuff that would be comfortable enough to read, stuff that would be like informative, or like reach out to fandoms that I or viewers are not aware of, to kind of like delve into that without having to like everybody put in their own time. Just kind of like I put in some of my time and then kind of go through the read for you type situation. It's fine, not every game is for everyone. Yeah, for sure. That's why, like I say, it's like I still think Expedition 33 is a good game. I think it is a good game, and I think if it is up your alley, then you will think it's a great game, and you're good to go. It just, you know, wasn't my cup of tea, and I'm probably in the minority, honestly, for that. But minority will always exist for those sorts of things, and there's games that I love, but I would by no means expect other people to love them. So there's no sense in getting like huffy over it or anything like that. Imagine running a Poke Center with legally distinct monsters. Yo, I could be Nurse Joy. What did you do to your Pokemon? Do they need healing? I will heal them. And then I'll turn around and put them in the machine and go, ha! They've been healed of their ailments. Take care of them, or I'll take care of you. If you feel like reading, you could play Valhalla. I have to watch it with reading, like, story games like that. Like, because, like, I remember in the past, like I did like 2 separate things. I remember at one point I did a playthrough of Doki Doki where I read everything, and that was something I didn't feel like I could do at my own pace because it was a game and I tried to keep it moving more than I was trying to pace myself on the reading portion of it, and that was draining. That one was really rough to try and get through. There was a lot of talking to go through to then get to like the other elements of what was going on. I think if I did a read stream, I would pick something that I would pace on my own and didn't feel like the game was pacing me that maybe I should be faster, or like there were other concerns with that for sure. I remember you telling me, Sleepy, about Valhalla at some point. I'll have to look. I don't know if that's actually like that. I don't quite remember. But I will mark that down and look into that. Actually, I'm trying to think. Faye, have you played that? I'm trying to remember if you played that or if I watched somebody else play like a little tiny bit of it. It's been a while since I saw it though. You did. Okay, that's what I thought. I was pretty sure. Actually, I think this is one of like the earlier games that you played whenever I first ran into your stream, actually. I don't know if it was the first one per se. I don't think it was the first one, but I think you started it like very shortly after I had like gotten into like watching your stream, if I remember properly. Oh, thanks for believing in me. I read a book. I have widowsy. If you want VNs with lore, Valhalla Sleepy is good. Okay. A new one with lore. I guess also like I could look at those games as like not playing the game and literally just grabbing the lore from it. You know, that's the right idea of what I should have for that. Like I should be doing that. Looking at the lore from it, not the game of it. That's a whole nother thing. I can look at doing both. I'm filing away the data in my brain. My brain is downloaded. Cool, got it. Awesome, sweet, amazing, wonderful. The new one lore is Kimono Tea Time. That's right. I remember you all pulling that up and doing that recently. I haven't watched it. Again, those are games that like I see and I'm like, if I want to consider this in the future, I can't sit down and watch this, or else it'll literally like ruin my first time experience of trying to like do it myself. So that it's so rough with games that it's like, oh, once it's spoiled, but good luck. Like it's rough with those. So I try to like lurk with like low volumes and like in those situations, you know. Something between is coffee talk. I do remember you all doing coffee talk as well. Okay. Got those marked down. Good. You're perfectly allowed to like games, more or less. You know what? True. I am allowed to like a game as much as I like the video game. You know what? I could probably take this off. Why am I still on this source? Get the Pokemon off the screen. It's very good, but quite heavy. And the first visual novel you played, I feel like a lot of visual novels do tend to be like that. It depends on like where it takes that heavy turn, but a lot of them that are like quote unquote good usually get heavy. I don't know much about a lot of the other ones that only stay comfy because they don't get that hype of like, oh, this had a story turn and it was crazy or blah blah blah. I know they're out there, but like it's hard to find them, I think. Sadly, story and lore games are easily ruined. Oh yeah, like as much as like I hate that like I have a hard time keeping up socially with people and with, you know, media and like Discord servers and stuff like that. Like I am absolutely horrible about it. I really I understand how bad I am about it, but I stay very heavily spoiler free from most things. Like, to be, I'm not going to give numbers, to be the age that I am and not be completely spoiled on things like Final Fantasy VII, I know the big stuff. There's no way I could avoid the like really big stuff, like but there are a lot of things in Final Fantasy VII that I have no idea happen to certain characters, certain things. So like I'm waiting for all of the remake to be done. I'll play it all at the same time. I'll get on PC, so on and so forth, move from there. And then that'll be great. Like I played the first bit, but of course I played that on PS4, and then they like or we're going to stop doing it for PS4. So like obviously it was like I'll just wait then. But I thought the first remake was great. I appreciated that I could actually experience Final Fantasy VII for the first time through the remake, because the remake's very well done. So, I at least have that boon that I can come into these games and play them and have a full first time, no previous experience, no spoiler, like really give like a raw understanding of what's going on and not have to feel like, well, I already know what's going to happen, but let's do it, all so on and so forth, that situation. Could you lore videos of Final Fantasy VII from memory with no research? Whoa, it was that game for me as a kid. I mean, that's pretty big, because like I think about like I'm not the most Final Fantasy verse person. I started at like 10 and went from there. So like there's a whole line of previous fans that I have like no real knowledge of. So I can't say much, but I know looking at 10, there's a lot of underlying stuff there. But just starting into 7, I feel like there's like a whole like other layer on that, like that story specifically, that is just sitting right underneath your nose the entire time, like crazily, just like right there in your face, and you don't even realize it. But I think that's what makes it interesting for those kinds of things, is like you are so at the main character level and just strapped into your like RPG action whatever game you're playing, roller coaster, and there's already so much happening, but there's still so much else going on around the side. And unless it's something that like the bad guy comes in, or your friend comes in, or this organization comes in, or whatever else, and then they come through and explain it to you, you don't even know that it's happening. Canon, lore-wise, and whatever else, it's going on, and people are affected, and there's other stories out there, but like you would just never know. But like they're so centric and important to what's going on around you. And like that's where things can definitely get very interesting. That's where things like really start to unravel, and you can like, I think one of the fun things about that is whenever you do know like a fandom or game or something like that, and you look into that information and you're just like literally reading it and connecting dots at like every other step, like, oh, this was like whenever this character ran past this, that, oh, that's why that happened, and that's why this was like this, and this is why these characters ended up this way, and like, oh, this is like the past story for this character that like we never really get to like look into, and this is why they're messed up, or why they're so like, good, justice bound, or like why they have the job that they do have. It's like that kind of thing. There's a lot of missable cutscenes in the original that have huge info dumps in them. Yeah, so like that's good stuff. Like that's one of those things where like you can really just like let somebody ride the tram, go down the line, not go on the side paths, and they get the story and they're happy and they move on. I like being rewarded with like proper lore whenever you do a thing. Getting cool gear is nice. Do not get me wrong. Getting a pretty sword, very good. Getting a really nice armor piece, very good. Like getting a little tidbit is like fine, but I think really getting insight into these other characters that, like, you know, they're nobodies usually in a lot of these. They're just like, it's just, you're just full of just like nobodies roaming around these towns, and it's like, it's weird whenever a town is full of beings of some kind, but it still feels like the town is empty. Like, you don't feel that they're people or persons or a community, or that like they're really fleshed out and really pulling in things. Like, a lot of games try to force personalities on characters by making them way over the top, or making them put you on quests that you're stuck doing, and they're like, oh, I need this fetch quest done, you random person, I need you to do this for me. And like, that does not build that connection. The connection with you and that character is not built through that fetch quest. It's not built through them being loud or being like, ooh, I'm cuckoo crazy and I say weird stuff or anything like that. That stuff is built into, like, whenever you run into a mother that's like lost their child and you go find their child, which is just a fetch quest at that point. But then they're like, you know, I actually own this business and I want to try to help you and support you for what you've done. And then you start coming back and they start evolving as like a vendor of some sort, or they start evolving as like, you know, I'm the head of this community and you've done us a great service. If you want to go talk to this guy, we can actually start, you know, helping things around this town. You seem like a really nice guy, you know, not playing into the like, oh, well, you're the hero, so about not doing that sort of thing. Or like, you run into a guy that is, you know, he seems like he's nobody, and you just start talking to him and he's like, you know, what are you doing here? And you're like, oh, I'm a hero, I'm doing this stuff and I'm trying to, and they're like, oh, that's crazy, that's actually really interesting. So like, you're doing this stuff, wow, your adventure stuff, and you're like, oh my gosh, this random guy actually cares about me and what I've done and like what I'm doing, and like the factor that like I've been through some stuff and like how hard that must be and so on, rather than it just being like lines that are fed by like some other main character. It's like, oh yeah, that's rough, okay, bye. Like, you really just building up this stuff that, like, you know, can really like flesh out a character, make you attached to them, make you like them, even though they're just some basic Joe Schmo or whatever else. Like, I think there's a lot of power in that, and that doesn't get leveraged enough. That's why visual novels work well, is because they are throwing characters in front of you that are nobodies. You spend a little bit of time with them, they're still nobodies. They start coming back and giving you little tidbits, and you start building this like relationship, even if it's artificial for some or so on and so forth, that like you start getting attached to this character that you are learning about, that you are building this like back and forth between them. So whenever something happens to them, you have a response for it. Whenever they want you to do something, you already know, based on what character it is, I really want to, or I really don't want to do this thing for this, or with this other character, because you've grown attached to them in some way. And it doesn't always have to be a good thing. Like, a villain that has no actual building blocks on it to like make you properly dislike them or feel uncertain of like, they're the bad guy, but do I hate them or not? Like, this guy is like almost just in a bad situation on the other side of the way here, and that could have been me if I think about it. Like, the building blocks have to be there. Honestly, Final Fantasy 16 has a quest line that is almost exactly that when it comes to the slaves. I haven't played that one. I probably will at some point. Wait for it to go on like some like super big sale or something like that, so I can get it real cheap. It does look interesting. I did like the vibe that they gave it. It was very different from what I'm used to for like the Final Fantasy feel. But like it's cinema. Are you telling me it's a Kojima game? No, but like I just very much an action game though. Yeah, I like an action game from time to time. I do feel like I lean more towards RPG-ish turn-taking type things more than anything, but an action can be good from time to time. But yeah, like that good character building is so important for me. Even if it's just like hidden away and you have to get it, like so long as it's available enough and they give you enough. Because that's another thing, is if they give you main characters and they're like, oh well, there is side story from that you can do. If they make it feel like you don't care about the character before you get to that extra stuff, why the heck would I spend the time going to go get that? What are you presenting to me that makes me want to go, you know, like, I want to know what's going on about you. I want to invest this extra bit of time to actually figure out more about you. Because if you're not selling the character to me, and it's a main character, I'm not going to touch the extra stuff for them. There's no reason for me to. Like, why do I want to learn more about the person that I already don't care about? And they've had every chance of being in a main character situation and always being available to present themselves and talk about things and be in the party. If I don't care after that, y'all lost me on the extra stuff. It's a very good Devil May Cry game. Yeah. DMC. Good job on sharing the brain cell on that one. Very good. I need to go back and actually finish some DMCs, to be honest. That'll be one I'll have to consider at some point. Like that very much like leans into the, like, I didn't finish the last Devil May Cry because I picked it up at the wrong time. I was trying to like fill a I'm bored void, and action beat 'em up game was not the right choice for that at the time, and I didn't finish it because of that, which sucks because I don't feel like it was bad. It just wasn't the right time for it, and I don't know. I'm sure you all have a similar thing. But like, if you pick up a game, you start it, and you don't finish it, if you drop that game, there's a decent chance that you just don't finish it, or every time you touch that game, you have to start from the beginning, because you don't like starting from the middle, because you don't know where you are, and all the character connections, or like RPG elements, or strategy is just lost to you, so you have to start over. And then you end up with a ton of playthroughs where you've played the first third, quarter, half of the game, and you stop again because you're like, oh, I've already done all this, you know, I just want to get to the new stuff, and you don't quite get there, and then it's just rinse and repeat at that point. I know I've done that with at least a few games. And those are, it's rough because like I want to finish those games. I don't like leaving games unfinished. Like I'm not even gonna say what it is. You know, I'll say what it is. I don't really care. The first Hollow Knight, I am positive I'm pretty darn close to finishing it. But I have been on the track of like, I want to be done with this game for a bit now. And I don't like that it's sitting in the back of my brain of, you haven't finished that game, it's uncompleted, you're so close. And I'm like, well, I'll just go finish it. But like, I still have to get that drive to like turn it on and like finish it. I will probably do that somewhat soon because I need it to be checked off in my brain. I need the pages with the checklist in my brain of like, you finished the game, to just say that one's done, you don't have to worry about it, and then move on. Definitely one of those games. I think there's like some old games and stuff from like back when I was young that like I played and I didn't beat because I was young. And I wasn't, you know, when you're a kid and you're not actually good at a game, you just don't understand that the game is hard, or that the game is, you know, maybe just like you're just not playing it the right way or whatever else. You figure you just do whatever and you get there, but you just don't finish it because like, it's too hard. I hate this game. There's probably some like that. Because like some of those I've actually gone back and beaten for the first time, like within the past like 10 years. I've gone back and like played some of those older games that I never beat and did those. Gone back and played a number of games that I just never touched when I was younger because I didn't have access to them. I mean, geez, some of the Pokemon games that I've been finishing out are games that I just didn't really have any access to for one reason or another, and I've finished those out, and finishing them first time as Nuzlocke is a little crazy. Maybe not everybody should do that. But that's how I'm doing it. You start the game 30 times because you're really good at the start but awful at the rest. Yeah. I think JRPGs are hard with that because I love a good JRPG, but the time investment that's needed for those, it's hard to like randomly pick those up on a whim and be like, oh, I'm gonna play this JRPG. I don't know where I was at in this last save. I sure as heck I'm not continuing from there. I'll just start from the beginning. And then you forget that like starting from the beginning is like signing yourself up for somewhere between like 20 and 60 hours of lost gameplay time just to start it over again. And you do it over and over and over and over. So those are games that like whenever I get into like a JRPG and I like it by any means, I will do nothing else for the most part other than play that game to make sure that I finish it. And if I want to play the beginning of that game 80 times over after that, sure, fine. That's fine. I don't want to get stuck with 120 hour JRPG wall in front of me every time I go, oh, I should really finish that game. Wild Arms, Grandia 2, and Skies of Arcadia when I was young were those games for me. Yeah. I think games like those are very easy to be like, oh yeah, I want to go back and play this, and like I'll beat it again, or I'll do this or whatever else. I think whenever they're not as long, I think those have a better like replayability for like short periods of time, even if you don't necessarily beat them. You know, I think those are good for that. Hey Abby, how you doing? Are ya winning, Shark? Well, I finished doing the rating tiers for Gen 7 Pokemon today, so I would say that's as a win as it gets for today's plan. So huzzah, we've done it. Good to see you in. Have you had a good day today, Abby? I think like huzzah! Hooray! Like I think somewhat recently, like I pulled some like Nintendo 64 games and stuff like that. Like I went back through and played Star Fox somewhat recently. Like that's a game that's really easy to just like turn on, play it again, beat a bunch of worlds, maybe gets to the end and beat it and be like, yeah, I did it. Wow. I know Sleepy goes back and granted Sleepy's really fast at some of these, but Sleepy goes back and plays Metroid games a lot. So I played Fusion recently, was it? For the first time and beat that. So like that's another kind of game that I could see that like you know, like you could really do in a feasible amount of time, even like casually, and just like go through and beat it and like play it again, do that sort of thing. It's because Metroid Fusion has perfect game I know. I know you will speak loudly and proudly about Metroid Fusion any day. I know you will. Abby had a great day. Fame named a white slime pink after me and then yelled at it for the rest of the stream. So I had a wonderful day. You did enjoy that, didn't you? I can see this. I can see this entire situation unfolding in my brain palace. My old mind palace can see it happening now. I'm glad you had a good day. That's very good. But yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. I know I'm like reconvening back on points here. But yeah, I think that's what we'll do for October. I will probably primarily look at I'm Not a Human, whatever the name of that one is. The name is so generic, I forget the exact wording of it. And the new Silent Hill game, and we'll play some of those. If it feels like people are trying to stay away from spoilers and stuff, then I won't force completion of it on stream or anything like that. I don't want to keep people out or anything. But we'll probably look at doing those for Spooktober. I don't know how quickly I'm going to get into the idea of doing reading streams. I may need some time to like really prep up what we're doing for that, so that I know how long I want those streams to be, what content we're doing. I would love for anybody's input as far as like what they personally would like to hear from, because then that means that I can put together some things that people actually want and vote for me to do a reading stream of, and then we can do polls and run that sort of thing. On that note, I will probably do all of that through Discord, so if you haven't joined Discord, mine is, I promise, very low maintenance. Feel free to join on there so that whenever I do get to that point and I want to run polls and all that, I can get your input, because that, more than anything, I want that for that kind of content. I want to be able to have that input from people. Because as much as as much as I could pick a bunch of stuff that I really like to do reading about, I will probably do that for a few things, but I would like for reading streams to be things that cater to you guys a little more, to be honest. So like if you want it to be something that you want to use as like a sleep aid at late night, because I know it's late night for a lot of you. If it's something that you want to just like learn more about, but you just don't take the time personally usually to go for it, and you would like to just hear it read maybe, or weird lore things, by all means, I will take the ideas in, and we will do what we can to try and find stuff for that. Is that coming to the end? Wow. Just here. I'm not ending just yet. I'm kind of just recapping as people are coming in every so often, because I'm really wanting to get like people's input on stuff. I'm really kind of wanting to get people to like, I'm not trying to be like, I want my community to engage and blah blah. It's not so much that. It's just these are specific things that, like, whenever we do Spooktober, I want to make sure I'm doing content that works for people. I don't want to push people out because of things like spoilers and being worried about that. Whenever it comes to doing new content, like doing a reading stream, I want to make sure that I'm providing something that people are actually enjoying and want to do and want to listen to, or like fits that, because I'm still very small, and this is that time period where I can do that kind of heavy accommodation for people that I know, people who have supported me, people who have just been very, you know, like supportive and nice and everything else to me. So like you all are the people that like I want to be able to provide at least some level of catering and content towards. Because if we get bigger and whatever else and it becomes harder to do, I don't want to feel like I missed that chance in that very early window of me doing streaming. So Don't worry if Tesakashi's reading abilities history. I try to do my best. I do have a Discord. Thank you for joining, Abby. Appreciate it. It's very recently was put together, and again, it's not. I'm not going crazy on that Discord right now or anything like that. You're all welcome to chat in there. You're able to throw stuff at me because I know that like you probably don't find me around in a lot of other Discords. I've talked about that today. That like I have a really hard time keeping up with other Discords. It's a personal thing. It's not a I don't like you type thing, but like I just have a hard time keeping up. So feel free to bother me there if need be, because I know people don't like to DM all the time for that sort of stuff. So feel free to use that. Don't give me the option on what I want you to read. I have a list of super smutty romance novels. Spooktober. The reading isn't just Spooktober. Like if we did reading in October, I would want to be like spooky things for sure. I would prefer for it to be spooky things for October specifically. I'm not going to be doing smutty stuff. This is not going to be what I'm doing on here. I'm flustered just thinking about it, to be completely honest. This is not probably the thing that I'm gonna do on stream or anything like that. I'm more thinking along the lines of diving into lore for like fandoms, well-known media or games, that sort of thing. Doing things like creepypastas or SCP stuff, Five Nights at Freddy's kind of stuff. Anything that can get like a decent, cohesive, long enough form, like readable lore piece, I think is good. Anything that would be towards like things that maybe I don't necessarily know about, or you want to learn about, or you just want to like you do know about and you want other people to learn about, or you think that maybe like it's media that people like are aware of, like the like surface level, but there's like a whole underlying piece that nobody knows about that's super interesting that we could get into. Those are all things that are very good. I'm also fine with just like regular stories. Like if we like it, maybe it's easier to start with that, like just picking some like decent stories that are of a good enough length that good content. Just do that, read that through, and do that sort of thing. So off stream though, private only Kashi's buddy audiobooks. Oh no. Oh no. Gosh. I've had a hard time keeping up with my own Discord on top of the main communities I'm in, so low maintenance servers are appreciated. Yeah, mine will probably stay, like, again, I have to always be like very realistic about things. That's why I say stuff like this, but like if mine ever blew up, like that would change, of course, because it's hard to keep a lot of people quiet, if that makes sense. But I suspect that mine will probably be pretty low maintenance, not anything crazy. Every once in a while you'll see the thing light up and it'll either be like something's happening that I want to kind of talk about, or stream notification just auto pops through and is like, hey, Kashi won't shut up again today. I think your voice would do well for creepypastas. Well, good, because I'm considering them. So that reads well for me. This is already a great first step. I'll have to put together like a different. Oh man, I don't have a lot of time for it, but I will probably try to put together something for like themes and stuff for the stream layouts and all that actually like work well. Or in the vein of Pokemon, you can do obscure Pokemon lore. I did talk about that a little bit actually. Like that would actually be very interesting to do, especially since I've been so deep into like the Pokemon stuff. I feel like Pokemon's got a lot of stuff underlying like the whole main story piece that like just nobody's aware of, that like could be really cool or really interesting to learn about. to be honest. So like that's a good option. Again, like please don't expect me to remember these. If you really feel strongly about something, please put it in the Discord, because this is all stuff that I will remember pretty darn well until the point that I want to reference it to actually look stuff up, and my brain will go, "What do you mean? What ideas? There were no ideas." And I go, I was thinking about it 5 seconds ago. What do you mean? No ideas. Nope, there were no ideas. You didn't think of any? Nobody in chat thought of any? You're a dumb shark. What's an idea? Alright, listen. You can creepy my pasta all day. I'll put your pasta in a pot, boy. Yeah, I like stories like that. Just interesting, weird stuff that happens are always very good to me. Things that are not like the expected, because like I suffer from being able to like pick out plot points very, very well. Like I can call a plot point from about a mile away and be like, ah, yeah, this will happen, this kind of thing will happen, and this character will do this. And I'm usually pretty good about calling it. And that's less of a boast and more of a, I hate it, because that ruins the story for myself. I literally just like don't get surprised by stuff, and I'm like, yeah, cool, I've seen this happen before. I figured that was gonna happen. And that kills the story for me personally. And that sucks. So I love reading stuff or learning about stuff that is just like off the wall or different or just like really deeply intertwined, so that I can really like learn about something without feeling like, yeah, it's just going to be this and that again, and then, you know, it's not. This it's been hashed around like 30-40 billion different ways already. Like I just acquired one of my chase cards today. I got a Peekaboo and a graded 9. Ooh. I don't know where that lands at specifically. I understand where the grade is, but like that's a good grading for that. Congrats on that one. Recently had to make mine a lot more official, suffering from success and all that. Yeah, I get you. It's a whole thing. Like you got to be ready to manage that kind of stuff. Definitely can be a lot. It can be a bit draining. It can be a lot of responsibility, so just be careful with it. Do your best with it. I think you'll do just fine. So the lore about Peekaboo was that it was released before anyone knew that its name was supposed to be Meryl. Okay, like that's what I thought. That was kind of leaning towards, but I couldn't quite remember. So people kept calling it Peekaboo. Both hilarious and totally ruins the story. Yeah, I still call it that. Like, who's Meryl? That's the Peekaboo. I mean, I get it. Like that. Meryl looks so much like even like later renditions of like Pikachu clones. I could see where everybody thought this was Peekaboo. Like 100%. Because like it definitely has that vibe of being like that small, roundish, mousy Pokemon. Even its like evolution is like, it almost feels like Azumarill was going to look different at some point, and they sat down and said, I think maybe we shouldn't make this too much like Raichu. Move the face, round the head, put rabbit ears on it, and said, all right, whatever you say. But no Raiblue. I miss Rounder Pikachu. The Pika-Round, the Roundachew. Ooh, Roundachew. There's a couple of those. Like, Dedene's a Roundachew. Togedemaru? Is that the name of... Am I thinking of something else? Is it... Am I stupid? Togedemaru. Yeah, Togedemaru is Roundachew. That one's Roundachew 100%. Posting your Pokemon channel. My Pokemon channel. Wow. Yeah, there it is. Oh, the Japanese name for that is a bit of a mouthful. Mariru? Mariru? Mizude. What? I can't. Oh, zoom in. Oh. Ugh. Mizudepo. That is a solid grab there. Congrats on your 9 grading though. Like that's a good grading. You don't always get a good grading like that. Peekaboo is such a fake mon name. Meryl Streep. Oh, we did do the Meryl name. I think Rissa actually suggested like Marilyn Monroe, I think, for the one run, and got that through. So that was that was good fun. Oh, speaking of like nicknames and stuff like that, there's one nickname I came up with for a Pokemon that I will probably always remember because I thought it was. I'm very proud of myself for the nickname. Let's just put it that way. It was a nickname for Raichu, and it is hands down my favorite nickname that I've made for a Pokemon. It's dumb. Don't expect anything like super genius or anything. Okay, it's not like I renamed it in Japanese some specific way, and it's like, oh wow, that's really no. My nickname for Raichu is a love song. And if you get it, I love you. I love you for understanding it. But I nicknamed Raichu with the nickname A Love Song. So for anybody that gets that reference, I love you a lot for getting it because I was super proud of that one. Oh, Rissa, I like that art. I do like that art. Also, that one Feebas looks scarred for life. 100% looks scarred for life down there at the bottom. Man, I'm still so upset. I like Dragonite, but I miss Dragonair. Like, when Dragonair evolves, I miss Dragonair. I think it was very cool that they gave us what I maybe would have considered a better Dragonair evolution with Melodic, but man, that should have been that from the start in my mind. Yeah, write you a love song? Yep. Thank you, Rissa. Thank you for getting that. I love you for that. I love you for other reasons, but I love you for that. I'm gonna write you a love song. I never evolved a Dragonite. It's rough because Dragonite is a good Pokemon. Dragonite's a pretty solid, beefy boy. He did a lot of work for me in a nuzlocke, but as far as like aesthetics wise, I feel like they were heading somewhere super peak with the Dragonair. And then again, Dragonite's not a bad Pokemon. I don't dislike Dragonite's design, but it is such a different dragon from what Dratini and Dragonair are. I don't know what happened, and I don't know why we couldn't have just gotten a different line of dragons that have that like cutesy, cartoony, medieval Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, big dragon, sweet done, and then either stop at Dragonair or give it the melodic like third form or whatever at that time. Like there are so many times like a Pokemon goes through like a super overhaul or like whatever at its like final stage 2 or final stage 3, then I'm like, what happened? What happened to this Pokemon? Some of them not so bad. Some of them I'm like, I guess I see it. But like, the Dragonair line was definitely one of those first ones that like I look at and I'm like, what happened along this way that they said Long Serpent Snaky Boy is now like the Toon Dragon version of dragons in the last form. Like it mind blow what happened here. And like so many of Gen 1, like they stayed like on those like 3 stages and whatever else, they stayed very true to what the previous forms were. I feel like, at least, like I'm thinking about a lot of them, and they were very linear in how they worked. Some of them made pretty big jumps or so on and so forth. Like I would say Spearow to Fearow, very true to the previous form, but only 2 forms, pretty big jump in between the size of bird, type of bird and stuff that it felt like in the end. But like you look at Pokemon like the starters, you look at Pokemon like Golem and stuff like that, you look at Poliwag and stuff like that, you can see how it got to that point. At some point, the snake dragon popped legs and arms and changed its color and grew wings. And it's a real, that's not my father, I am adopted situation. For sure. I want to know what god or demon or whatever the people who make music for Persona games like sold their soul off to, because man, they did way too good of a job. I don't think there will ever be a day I won't just tout the music of Persona games on a immensely tall pedestal and just shove my hands up into the air and point and just go, listen to it. This is the height of musical culture in video games. Gosh dang it. Either you love this or we're not talking anymore. No, I would never expect everybody to love it, but I think they've done just such a bang up job for the music in their video games, and I love them for it so much. I'm still upset that I can't get Animal Crossing feasibly. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, and I want it. I want Animal Crossing. So long as it doesn't tick the markers and make everything go, you've got copyright strikes because you did the Animal Crossing and you shouldn't have done that. I would love to put Animal Crossing music in here. Nice, calm, chill vibes. I want that in here. I want it. But I haven't taken the time to look again to find a good place for it, because it needs to actually stay available, and that's where the problem will come in, is that I will probably find a place for it, get it going, and then it'll be like, that channel is closed now. Nintendo shut that down. You'll never have that anymore. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's fine. But yeah. So I guess again, if you have any ideas that you want to do for reading time specifically, or if you are like for sure like I'm skipping out on Silent Hill, or I Am Not a Human, We Are Not a Human, whatever it is, for spoiler reasons. Again, smaller community, now's the time to like feel free to like point that stuff out so that we can work around it for the time being and all that jazz, and we'll do what needs to be done. Without input, we will just do it, and we'll just play it, and we'll all be happy. Every last one of us will be happy. We're all gonna be so incredibly happy. The happiest they would all ever be. But yeah, put that stuff in there so that I can work off of that and get some curated content for people. I feel like that's a boon that people should have whenever you're early into, you know, a community and that sort of thing. I have no problem with doing that a little bit. I don't go too crazy with it because I've had bad instances of it, of people coming in and demanding stuff, and I think we all are on the same page at like people who just like join in, have barely been there and start demanding stuff. Like that's not what we're going for. Most of you I've known for at least a little while now. Some of you I've known for a long while. So yeah, I don't have a problem with like taking requests and that sort of thing. But yeah, I think we can probably start wrapping up here soon. We've been in here for about 3 hours. Had a very good yap today, surprisingly. I was kind of just expecting this to be like a short yap right after doing the tier list, and boy did I talk longer than I thought I was going to. This game that you're playing solo, can you play multiplayer with me? This is my first message. Yeah, I've had that. I've had people come in and be like, I don't like this game. Can you switch to a different one? I'm sure you've had the same. I'm sure everybody's had the same, but it's like, who are you? And why are you marked as first time chatting? Like, yeah, like what do you what are you expecting here? I remember, God, I think the worst interaction that I've had live on stream. I've known you for a surprisingly long time. I've known you for a while now, Abby. Yeah. The worst thing that I've ever had is I got a stream running. I had somebody come in randomly and said, "Hey, sing a song for me." And that was not my content. I was not singing songs on stream. I didn't have like redeems for it. I didn't have anything that said like I sing or anything else. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not really comfortable with that. You know, I'm not like confident enough to do that on stream right now or anything. So I apologize. And they were like, wow, you're a fucking shitty streamer. Won't even sing on stream. And I was like, oh, okay. Thanks for that one. Really appreciate. This one is trash. You should play the second one. Yeah. Way to out me. Yeah, it was Zio for sure. Yeah, no, it was not Zio. Like that was just like a really weird interaction. I've never had one like that since, and that was some time ago. But like, yeah, this guy won't sing for me. What a terrible streamer. I might be more apt to do it nowadays, but like at the time, this was years back. Like this was definitely like years back. I was definitely younger, a lot more anxious about that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna say I'm not now. I would be lying, and somebody would catch me out on that so fast. I'd be like, "Oh, okay, Kashi, you know us. Go ahead and sing this for us." And I would go, "No." People do be like that sometimes. Just ignore them. Yeah. Nowadays, I just ignore them. Like honestly, I'm at that point where like, if somebody can't get their act together in their very first message, or they're like they've been mildly told something and warned and they can't get it together, I'll just ignore them and get rid of them, mark them out of the stream, and just move on. Like 100%. I don't want to foster that. I don't want to promote that. I don't want, like, it's not even worth like replying to after that spot, like that point. Like it just spawned. really making up some dumb words now. That's gonna have to be a thing. Maybe we'll make that a thing. Whenever my brain decides to put two words together, we'll just have to mark that I said a dumb word and what those two separate words were supposed to be in the moment, and those will be like the Kashi word mashup or something like that. We'll do some sort of dumb redeem in the future for that people can just record whenever I say quack instead of quick or fast. Something something to that effect. But yeah, I won't get bullied and stuff. I won't let them do that. Back years ago, I probably doubted myself and was like, well, maybe I should have done that. I could have had a viewer or something like that, you know. Abby, I know quack is your thing. I'm not trying to take your thing. Again, I just sometimes my brain worked too fast, and my brain goes, these are like 6 different words. You could actually use the synonyms for this very same situation. So whenever you use all those words together at the same time, it actually sounds like this. And I go, oh, well, I'm not going to speak that out loud, right? They're like, no, you're going to say quack on stream. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not a quacking shark. That's definitely not supposed to be the case. I always feel conflicted between the line of patience. They might be a young person, and do I just tell this person off? Yeah, I don't think I ever tell anybody off, is what my plan for it is. Can you play the duck disappears and reappears sound clip real quick? Oh my gosh. I don't have the setup for that. I love disappearing, reappearing duck a lot though. I have thought about, one, I need to get some sound buttons available. And I want to make, I say this lightly. Kashi the quacking shark. Thank you for the head pets, Rissa. But like, I might look at putting like Tangia up, and then I don't know that I really want to put like a money thing on it per se. That will be the wall on it in the future if people get crazy with it. I don't know how much I want Tangia to be crazy on my stream, so like I'll have to keep a close eye on it, because I've seen Tangia be hyper abused on streams, and they just let it be hyper abused on their stream, and it becomes probably one of the most frustrating things as a viewer I have ever seen. Of like, I can't even watch content because I feel like I'm just watching Tangia memes all day. But here and there, Tangia provides a very nice platform for throwing random memes up, and I do like those from time to time to make references, so. For Abby, oh, did it clear out your link and just put, I don't think I allow links in here by default, just because people post sus things. Sleepy, just put it in Discord. Abby joined the Discord, so put it in there. Yeah, it's There's all those stars in my chat. Why am I seeing stars? But yeah, like I don't really tell people off for it. I don't think that's like the way I would handle it personally. Everybody handles it their own way. I would probably be like, you get like a small quick like, hey, try not to do that. It's just not how we run things around here. Move on. If they still have a problem and they can't figure it out, I'm sorry. You're probably just going to have to find somewhere else, because I'm not gonna babysit it. If they obviously like don't understand and they express it that way, because I've seen people do that, and they're like, I'm young, or like blah 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 or whatever else, and they're like, you know, what do you mean by that specifically? If somebody is actually trying to understand and grow themselves, I will not fault them for that. I super heavily appreciate when somebody wants to grow as a person, or like understanding things, or to learn. I think that is great. I love that a lot in a person. Like, even if they're not close to me or whatever else, I just love somebody who wants to actually better themselves and learn things. So I will not fault them for that. I will probably go over the board and over explain the absolute heck out of just like, oh, this, that, and the other, so on and so forth, this blah 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 blah. But like, I'm not gonna baby the situation, and that they are just like not getting it, not trying to do anything about it, and just trying to. I probably just won't let it stick around. I will give them the warning, and then that'll just be what it is, and I'm sorry if it goes past that. How am I supposed to advertise my website for you to get lots of viewers? I don't know, man. You know, Kure gave me some like real cool stuff to like auto bleep stuff out from a lot of that, and I appreciate Kure a lot for that. I do. It's actually worked a number of times since I put it up, and I'm glad that I don't have to wait and see Streamaboo or whatever the heck else pull over in my stream while I'm doing things and have to click it off myself. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. It's like the last thing I need is for that stuff to come through. It's worked very well. Very simple to set up. Even when I can post links, I still randomly post the because you find it funny. Gosh, Abby. I honestly, I don't hardly ever get just like flat links in the chat, so I understood that that's what it was for, but I was like, did Sleepy just put the stars in the chat? Are these stars for Abby? And I was like, no, that was probably a link, and it was probably reappearing, like disappearing, reappearing duck. Disappearing, reappearing duck is, God, it got me so bad the first time I listened to that. That's one of those things that like just randomly just like got me in a giggle fit like crazy for a long time. But yeah, that's commendable. For sure. Like if somebody is like willing to learn and like figure their way, like I've seen kids like that in other streams and so on and so forth, or like in Discords, and they're like, I don't understand. And that is a line of like, crap, I kind of understand that like what I've done is maybe not correct, acceptable, wanted, so on and so forth, but I literally can't, I don't have the knowledge or like previous experience in life to understand why or what the proper way to handle or speak or whatever this is. And not that we're trying to teach table manners and which fork to use to eat your salad or anything like that, but young people do appear on streams for sure, and you can't expect that they've got the decades of social experience that you have when they're young and still just like flying by the seat of their pants at every decision that they make, depending on how young they are or whatever. Imparting a little wisdom and not being forcible about it, or like saying like this is law, or just like really like giving like the expectation of like how people do things when they get older, or like have more expectations for people and stuff like that, is a positive thing and can help them grow and mature and whatever else. And if they don't want to grow and mature, then they can go be immature somewhere else. Have your fun elsewhere. I need to see this 10 out of 10 video. It's a very good video. It's a very good video. That video actually, whenever we first looked at that, like me and Sleepy, I'm pretty sure saw this at like the same juncture. It was, I can't remember. I think I may have introduced it initially, and it was just, it was literally that long ago. I don't even remember. I think it was just like Disappearing Duck, and Disappearing Duck was like just that first half, and it was kind of funny. I was like, oh yeah, okay. It's somewhere I saw disappearing, reappearing, and just the reappearing sound of it coming back and doing that full at the end was, it set me off for a long time. I was lost at that. It's not too often I find myself in a laughing fit from stuff. I think my comedy tends to suffer from that same like story plot, like, oh, I get what's going on with the plot, like the joke is like expectable Like, it doesn't get me. So whenever I get something that actually like catches me off guard, fully unexpected, like whatever else, and I think it has a good tempo for the comedy, whether it be just something silly like the disappearing reappearing duck, or like an actually well sold joke, it's rare, and I love it when it happens. But I've ruined a lot of comedy for myself through expectations of what the comedy is, and it's a depressing way to lead life. I'll just say that. Yeah, like losing that factor to like be caught off guard with a really good funny thing, and just being able to just guffaw real hard at it is, man, I miss that. I miss having that more. I really do. So like if you really get me in a fit, you'll know. My laugh is different. It's uncontrolled. I will be out of commission for a while when that happens. You'll know when that happens to me. I will be gone, 100%. The reverse reverb reminds me of the Pepsi Mentos Granny video. Oh no. It sounds like Granny had a bad time. Man. I can't think of... Oh, there was one that got me kind of recently. Maybe I'll post it up in videos later on and show that. I don't know if I'd be able to find it fast enough. Oh, actually, I might be able to. I might be able to find that early enough. Oh, I missed what Rissa posted earlier. Oh, about these like different forms of like Dragonair and stuff like that. Yeah, like... I get it. I get it. And then, yep, that could have been that. Yep, 100%. They could have spread around that Dragonair lifeline just differently, for sure. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Where can I... Probably here. And here. Surely it's not too far back. Oh, come on. Oh, there it is. This is some dumb memery. Ooh, that one. I have seen that one. I have actually seen that one. I don't know if it's the version that I've seen, because I feel like it's been remixed a lot of times, but yeah, I have seen that one. This is one that really got me recently. I just wasn't expecting it. I wasn't ready for it. Execution was really good, and it came from a kid, so like expecting this from a kid was just like not what I was ready for. And this one sent me like crazy, because it's just dumb. It's just dumb humor like that. If you're ever bored enough, there is a comedy group called Downtown that is Japanese. They are in a larger group as well that's called Gaki no Tsukai. Tsukai. Gaki no Tsukai. That they do all sorts of comedy stuff, that they were a relieving breath of fresh air in my like lack of finding things funny for like a long time. They for the longest time were doing yearly New Year's specials, which was like really long like punishment games where they did stuff, and it like not every joke lands whenever you're doing it for that long, but there was a lot of stuff that I just really tickled me. Really, like, I thought it was funny, got the smile on my face. That's the kind of comedy I really like. You know? Oh, I'm so glad you know about them, Zio. Like Gaki no Tsukai is huge for me. Gaki no Tsukai was one of those things whenever I was like in a really down emotional state a number of years back. they were a saving grace for me. They were like one of the saving graces that like they could pull me out of my mindset, remove myself from the world, and just like still find like a reason to laugh and like find things funny, or like just think that they were just like stupid clever and like doing something that they did, or just it was just so off the wall and unexpected that like there's no way I was going to like predetermine it and find it out and like not find it as funny, because it was just always off the wall and stuff. Very, very good. A bit about Crode says, I mean, I'm playing the game. I might be in 60 other places at the same time in this reality, but I'm playing the game. I'm playing it. One of them ending in them running away and explosions and everything. I cried with laughter with Tanaka fan. Oh yeah. I don't remember which year that was, but he ate dirt hard on that one. Like real bad. Like real bad. Some of the recurring jokes that they bring back from year to year are just like so good. I don't even want to like talk. I don't even want to talk about the jokes because I don't want to like in a more I don't know how to say it this way. In a smaller instance of like chatting, I would maybe talk about it more specifically, but it's the kind of content I would hate to even like talk about jokes or things that happen, because I would not want anybody to have the expectation that it happens, because it's 100% about the raw, just like some dumb thing happening and you just 0% being ready for it and it just sending you 100%. Like that's where it gets me. Like even a lot of their like really old like sketch comedy stuff is just good. I love their old sketch comedy stuff. I find it funny that there's a clip of Matsumoto doing one of their taste testing like videos to like guess which brand of like whatever they're tasting blindfolded, where he guesses something correct and he does the big like excited cry. I'm not going to do it on my stream. I'm not going to do that loud howling yell. But there is a short like clip meme that people like all over the place are like aware of and use and like react with it and stuff like that. And I'm like, you have no idea who that is whatsoever. And I know exactly who that is and where that's from. And it is good. It is good. Power Ranger one is great if you see. Oh, I love the Power Ranger one. Actually, I have to ask. Are you talking about the old sketch scenes that they did that was in like an apartment room? Or are you talking about, because they've also done like later series where they've done like long form of them like trying to like match up. So there's two sets that are out there. Both of them I think are very good. I like the old sketch version that they did of that. That was like a almost like a little like story series that they did like week after week after week of it. I think that one has some real just like off the wall winner situations that appear in that I love so much. I was thinking of the apartment one. Good, sweet, amazing. Oh man, I don't know what to say. I'll say it real quick, but like I think Mori building is my favorite thing that occurs in the Power Ranger one. That is one of my absolute favorite things that pulled out of that. Like that one was just so off the wall unexpected for me. Just like a big Mori like corporate building. I was like, what in the world? And then why why was this decided? I love it. It's so unexpected. So dumb. I think I still smile watching that guy. I think it was Matsumoto, like watching Matsumoto coming through the freaking window in that stupid building outfit. The situation's so just like, it's so off the wall stupid too. Like, there's no way this is actually a situation. Like, whatsoever. It's just such good stuff. Oh, it's just so good. It really is. It really is so good. Really, really, really is. You know what? I think I have talked enough for the night. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it just a little bit early today. I know I've rehashed this like 80, 30, whatever times, but if you get the chance and you have anything that you want to suggest or anything that you want to talk about as far as like Spooktober things, please feel free to put that in the Discord. Wherever you want to put it for now, would probably just the Yap channel for now, because it's just generalized, and then I don't have anything specific set for Spooktober, so it'll be fine. If you have anything for like story reading, lore reading, whatever else for like a reading stream, if you have anything for that, please put it on there. Those are things that I will probably have a hard time remembering specifically off the top of my head when the time comes, and I want to remember the ones that people want to specifically put up there. Please put those in the Discord. I would like to get those up to a point where I can maybe like run polls to see what we wanted to run first or whatever else, or like, I mean, honestly, if I don't have other content lined up, then I can just go through each of them. Not a huge thing. But definitely please like put those up there. Again, I want to try and curate things while I still can. Like I want to be able to do that for people. But aside from that, I think we're going to we'll go ahead and raid out because it is early enough, so that will be fine. Let me take a look real quick and just see what all is going on real fast. And we'll go ahead and raid out here. I guess we're not playing Pokemon, so I don't necessarily have to go for Pokemon adjacent today. It is 3:58, so I should sleep. All the love in the world. Have a wonderful rest of your stream. Thank you, Faye. I am signing off soon, but thank you so much for hanging out for so long and all that. It was nice being able to chat with you for a little bit today on my stream. I always appreciate you coming by. All the love in the world to you as well, and sleep well, okay? It is about 3 a.m. for me. Yeah, if you all have to go, don't worry about the raid. Honestly, it's honestly way incredibly later than I expect half of you all to even still be here. So, like, I really appreciate you all hanging around. Like, you don't ever have to. I know you don't have to, and I know it's really late for you, so please go sleep. Go rest. Much many kisses for all of you. Yeah, go rest up. You know what? Celestial gave me those new emotes that I have posted up. I'm gonna go ahead, and they're on my mind for that. I'm gonna go ahead and raid out to Celestial. We've raided them recently. They're doing some Elden Ring runs, and I think they're trying to just like get through Elden Ring at this point, because they are also looking towards doing Spooktober stuff. So if you can stick around for the raid, feel free to do so. I'm going to go ahead and start it here so that I don't sit here for 8 years. It is late for people. We're going to start the raid. I'm going to put the raid message here for you. Yeah, if you can stick around, feel free to do so. Throw a little bit of love in the chat in there. If you need to leave or raid and run or whatever else, again, feel free to do what you need to do. I know it's very late for a lot of you and all that jazz. I had a really, really good chat with you all today. I really, really appreciate you all hanging around and talking. I really, really do. Again, if you have things for Discord, please do that. Otherwise, you all have yourselves a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever the heck it is, wherever the heck you are. And I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.